That's right, BetUS. Company that nobody uses. Nobody ever uses the link to
I was just
share
looking
with
at my
BCP.
catalog today, Shorty.
Do not sign up for BetUS. Don't waste your time like we do. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out. By the way, if you're going to use BetUS, use that link in the description just in case you are. And PJ,
Please bet responsibly if you're going to bet. We're not encouraging you to bet, but if you do, be responsible.
Well, that leaves me out, Peach.
So guys, I survived this plane flight. Didn't crash.
Never would have thought it, man.
I was wondering if you was going to. No, I wasn't going to run that. I knew you was going to survive it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
You almost was borderline upsetting me, saying that you was going to crash.
Took you long enough to ask me if I was okay.
PG really didn't survive it because he's got a horror story to tell. I know it. I
do. I actually.
He had freaking nightmares the whole trip. It was nothing but a hassle.
I'm gonna be honest.
He had to do what he had to do for the right reason, and I'm just guessing. Look at that already.
I'm gonna give you
what? No super chats?
I'm gonna give you a rant in a second here. Chad, $2. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for your donation to BCP. I did survive, but I'm gonna tell you what. It was the
survival fund.
It was the craziest landing I have ever had. I have been through turbulence, not even that bad of turbulence like a lot of people have been through, but turbulence. This landing was absolutely ridiculous. They were talking about, gusts of wind. My plane was doing this as we were coming into land. I'm not kidding. Like I went from seeing the horizon out the other window across the aisle to seeing the sky, to seeing the ground, and the plane's going. I'm like, I sat there calm as a peach in my seat, just like I knew I was going to die in this flight, so I'm totally prepared for it. I'm not even scared.
This guy.
Yeah. And I think that's the reason why I didn't crash. I was totally ready for it, totally calm, and I was actually enjoying it. I was like, this is actually pretty cool, because I figured we were going down that like that, no disrespect, but the Alaska flight where it flipped over, because I'm thinking we're gonna hit the ground sideways, break off a wing, and I'm just we got. And then I was literally looking for our pilot, but he wasn't there by the time I got off the plane, because I wanted to thank him. Like, I want to be like, dude, that was a great job landing. I don't know how you did that, but good job. But then on the flight home, so I'm figuring my aunt and uncle paid for my flight with air mileage to go to my grandmother's funeral on Friday. And was it a cockpit or not? So I flew in on Friday, landed. I flew home on Sunday. I thought, well, since I've never had first class experience, I'm going to upgrade myself because the flight was free. And because they used air mileage, I got it for $200, which was pretty good. So I upgraded myself to first class for the first time in my life. And it was third class service, man. I was looked at. I'm not kidding. I was looked at twice the entire flight. I got 2 drinks. The first one was 25 minutes in. The second one was 35 minutes to go. And
somebody was twice as brave as I was if they looked at you twice.
I'm like, is it because I'm sitting here in my jeans wearing a Bears hat right now and everyone's in suits? But it was the guy next to me too. They flat out ignored him too. But so they were nice enough to give me a $50 merchant credit.
Why? Because you complained about only getting 2 drinks?
I complained about I wanted to order food.
Oh, okay.
So the guy ordered food next to me. I was like, I'm not really that hungry. Then he got it, and I was like, oh my God, that looks delicious. I had an hour and 40 minutes to go. I'm like, I'm going to order the food. I'm going to get what he got. Never looked at again. I even put on my light. It was on for 35 minutes. Nobody even looked at me.
Wow.
Then I like turned it off. I just was like, fuck it. So then I turned it back on again like 10 minutes later. It was on for another 45 minutes. Never looked at.
Man.
I wonder.
Was
I
it
wonder.
excuse
Glad
there?
you're gonna love this. You're gonna get drinks. You're gonna have a drink in your hand while you're watching everyone board the plane. I'm just like, I don't believe that. Oh, I had to pay for my own Wi-Fi too. Because I couldn't even get the fucking guy to help me because he wouldn't look at me. And I got a $50 credit. What a nice
I'm laughing at it, but it's not even funny because I just
for a guy who never flies.
I was going to ask, how old do you think? What's the age of all those flight attendants, male or female? Because I know they got them both. Because it's just
It was. Let me
What,
just
no
tell
super
you,
chats?
it was the two of them combined. I'll put it that way. My flight attendant was the two of them combined. $375 from Adam. Did she give PJ my number? See, that's how I know the number that you gave me to call you or text you with was not your number, because I actually texted to you. So some random guy in
Right.
Scottsdale, Arizona, got PJ's number. Probably sold it. Then
lies.
I would put
lies.
I would put the text on the phone right now if it wouldn't, or on the screen right now if it wouldn't put PJ's number out there for
Like
everyone.
7 exclamation points on there too, I think.
All you got to do,
Lies. I think he's
all
saying
you gotta do, Adam,
lies.
all you got to do, Adam,
Lies.
is use your phone. Just try using your phone one time, Adam.
Lies.
PJ, I called you 10 times.
I did. I actually called the number that you gave me 10 times, and it was busy every time. And it was like, I don't even hear busy numbers no more. What phone do you call when you actually get a busy number? I mean, get your busy signal. I called him 10 times. Like, is this the right number? I even called him short and said, man, is this the right number?
I know. I was like, maybe
My
he
number
gave
is,
me the wrong number.
773-588-2300.
Empire, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
I remember that commercial.
I had to do it. I'm like, dude, text me your number. So like 4 hours later, I get that number and I call it back. And that Empire, and I'm like, oh, that mother. And I hung up. They heard me. They were laughing in the background. Even I could hear them. I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Back when pagers were in use, I'm sitting on a payphone.
It starts with 707, Adam.
And it's not his.
Either I typed it in wrong or you gave me the wrong number.
Yeah, you showed up, gave me 707.
I'm sure that I just pressed down on the number when you gave it to me, and then I made it a contact because I have an iPhone. It's that easy. That's what I do.
But you know what, though?
Lads.
Full disclosure, when I did call it the first time before I put his name in, it did say it was in California, not in Vegas. So maybe it was the wrong area code.
It doesn't start with the right area code, so there's always some excuse, PJ.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up for anything, Adam. It's easier that way.
I'll just DM it to you right now since
Let's stop the show. I mean, we screw off all the time anyways.
That's all right, man. I mean, no. I mean, I'll just replace the 7 with a 2. I'll do
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
No, it's 702.
Yeah.
Instead
of 707. Yeah.
I'll just DM him right now. How about that?
So
then it'll be done and over with.
On your underwear.
All right, cool. So I'm pretty sure Brandon Trax Hyatt is going to be joining us tonight from Chicago Sports Podcast.
It's
I hope I didn't give him the wrong link.
Okay.
He's gonna end up on Adam Mason's show. I went to the link, but nobody's here. Show's over.
Let me just go check. really quick because I don't see him back here. So
You can
All right,
you
let me
can check
try.
that. Why don't we hit the chat up because we haven't
yeah, let's do that.
been lackadaisical sometimes. So let's get it in early so we don't have to scroll 70 pages up to see who's here. Just a thought, because PJ, you got to dress people, man. Not dress them, just address them. Well, you could dress Shorty better, but we won't.
Give me a second. I'm trying to lock this in and get the other one deleted out. So
No sweat.
give me a
You
minute.
guys all hanging out with us again on another Thursday night. 52% of you bet responsibly. That is good to hear. We've got a lot of newbies in here. Chad Spieger, Cliff Victoria, Mr. Mayhem. Our guys have been there forever. Appreciate you guys. Aunt Miss. Love you, Aunt Miss. Real Bears fan. That's actually Chris Foster. Good to see you again, Chris.
Good to see you, Chris.
Victor Perez. Frank Murdoch. I think we've seen him before. Good to see you again. Plank. What's up, Plank? Steve Rogers. Romy. Jeremy. Good to see you again, my friend. Erica Langevin. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hi, Erica. Relentless Mikey, dark to light.
My dog is going crazy.
I hear. Is it your wife? Is your wife getting chewed up by the dog?
She's like attacking. My dog's attacking my wife on the couch.
At least it's not you. What else we got in the house? Adam Mason, Mr. Scrody, Science My Podcast, Cliff, the Cliffster, Chad Spieger, Mr. Mayhem, hi Erica, PJ, Vizio Joe,
Steve Rogers, Vizzo Joe's in here tonight. Good to see you. Heidi Zimmerman.
F and J2K. I was going to say it, but we're 13 minutes in. I could have said fucking J2K.
J2K.
Used to be that every week. I'd say that, so it's all right. But I'm not. Hi, Heidi.
Richard LaFleur. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. What's up, Peach?
What's up?
Are you beating off over there, Foster? What is that?
A great Toronto Maple Leafs player from the late 60s and early 70s.
Who's whacking their putt on the table?
I just made that.
Not
up.
me.
It could be. I'm hitting the thing. I might be tapping this.
Are you
too loud.
shaking your leg?
Nope.
Yeah. No, I
It's
get that.
There you go. Yeah. Whatever you're doing, stop it.
I'm going down the chat list. That's really what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, chat. Real Bears fan.
Yeah, what just happened there? You did you have a ding little moment there? What was going on?
No, I was trying to lock in my contacts here. Make sure my things are straight. So my apologies.
Who's lies? I keep seeing lies all over the screen, Pete.
Adam Mason.
Oh, that's it.
Chad Spieger. Mark.
We already went over all of them already.
Hey.
You were off talking to Adam.
Bro, calm down.
Get it? Adam
I'm
just
trying to pronounce his last name here.
Who's last name?
Mark
Mark Vercelote.
Vercelote?
Vechalote.
Spell it out so we could pronounce it right.
Vechalote.
Is it Vercelote?
No,
Vercelote?
Did you take one of those gummies yet? Because you're trying to be punchy.
That's a heck of a name.
Vercelote.
Yeah, I'm in Florida right now.
What's up, Chad Spieger? Erica Langevin.
Langevin.
All right.
Did we pronounce that correct, Mark? Is it Vercelote?
Latte.
Very sad latte.
Oh, very sad latte.
Very sad latte.
Verisalate.
Dude, I'm sorry. That sounds like a drunk Irishman. I'm very sad, laddie.
Very sad latte.
Very sad latte. Okay, this is not an English class, dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, come on.
Good to see you, Mark.
Yeah.
God.
See, Peach, see what you're surrounded with. Clowns.
You know what I'm saying?
Joe's to the right. Here, PJ is. He's stuck in the middle with BCP2.
Thank you. Versalate. Is this an English class? You know, if I put my
Why
last
are you
name on
pronouncing Tay when he says it's T?
Versalati.
You keep saying Versalante.
Okay, excuse me, Versalati.
Dude, you know how? Hey, PJ, you know how those Hispanics are.
If I put my name, like here, I'll type my last name in.
Don't put Shortina's on the screen.
That's my last name. You pronounce that.
Shortina's.
That's so. So every time I see somebody with an
Shortino.
interesting last name, I want to make sure I spell it correctly. Because if you can spell my last name correctly or pronounce it, I should say, every once in a while I get somebody calls me and they say it correctly, and I'm like, I can't believe you just. I have to pause it. I'm like, you actually just said my last name correct. That happened for the first time this year. That's amazing. Sprechen Sie la Deutsch? What's up, Brian Hendren? What's up, J2K? What happened to
what? Scantini? Shartini? Santini? How do you say it?
Short man, yes. I'm actually tall, which makes it my nickname Shorty even more ironic. Well, I wanted to start talking Bears, but our guest has disappeared.
No, Erica said that they have technical difficulties. It's in the chat.
Technical difficulties.
You do a real good job with those accents, sir, bro.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is this in English class? Yes, it is. I'm going to vote yes.
We still got to fix that interior offensive line. We're not done yet with that. We've been bitching about it for 3 years. I think we don't have enough yet.
Yes.
100% agree with you, bro. 100% agree.
With what? Green Bay still sucks?
Well, of course.
Oh.
We still need to fix it. I think we still have missing pieces.
So what are we gonna start with the guys we just acquired? And don't forget we should talk about the guys.
Now that we're gonna talk Bears, let's bring in our guest. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, Brandon?
Man?
Let
me
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm
good.
Man.
I'm turning up your mic here a little bit here.
Okay.
We're getting feedback from you.
Feedback?
Yeah.
Let me see.
That sounds better now.
Say anything.
Hello?
Oh, that's better. Okay.
I had to turn the heater off.
Hello, Traxman, are you in? Are you in? Get in there, Traxman. That's what she said.
What's up, Brandon? How you doing today? Good. It's great to have you on the show finally. I know it's work's made it difficult, but thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, man. It's great to be here. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad I'm here. What are you guys getting into tonight? What's
Well, I think we've got a couple of trades to talk about, huh?
Yeah.
Free agent signings.
Yeah. Lots of stuff.
Our own guys, what we brought back and who we signed, tight end.
Our resident
favorite guy to beat off to. Wait, did I say
biggest Josh Blackwell meat rider.
I am confirmed biggest Josh Blackwell meat rider on this ecosystem here.
This ecosystem here.
Really excited.
Carl.
Carl is really excited today. It's been a good day. Is there I read that they signed a tight end too.
Yes, Smythe.
Absolutely, they did.
From Miami.
So
know the name though.
So you want to? I was just going to ask you, Trax. What do you think of? Because the first trade was for Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys looked at any of his film or delved into him, even read up on him, just to see what you can know? Other than, we I don't even know. Did he play against the Bears? Was he hurt then? Because I didn't even go back to look at that game. I looked at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, which everybody should look at if they want to get an idea of what we should be getting.
You know, but when he was with Detroit, or when he was with Los Angeles?
That was when this is just last year. I didn't even go to anything other than last year because he's been hurt, and I wanted to see what the performance was. And if you look at the Tampa Bay game, and I can't remember what the other game was. One game he played left guard, and he played very well. And the other game he played part of the game at right guard and then was on the bench.
Mm.
But by the end of that game, and with Seattle, I can't remember who it was. He looked decent at right guard, man. He looked real good at left guard against Tampa Bay. Go look at that game. I'm just throwing it out there.
I looked at all his stuff with the Lions. I went straight to the sweet stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked what I saw. I think it's like 92 overall, something like that for his overall. He's really good at run blocking. So it's interesting that you put him over on the right side, Foster. So I'd like to see him pair up with Darnell Wright. That would be awesome because when I was talking to Olin about a little over a year ago, he said, watch the left side tracks. Whenever we run to the left side, we're going to get positive yards. And I couldn't unsee that. After I saw that, I'm like, this guy's right. But if we put him over on the right side with Darnell, oh man, we're going to get, we could potentially get, positive yards on both sides of the ball, guys, the odds and the evens, I
mean, even if you go back, like you were looking at the Lions stuff, did you see any of him? Because they had talked about there were times he was playing some right guard with the Lions. I mean, I know it was mostly left.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know this until I think yesterday that he played some right guard on the line.
Yeah.
Almost Mondia, super sticker, $10 super chat.
Wow.
What? No super chats? What? No super chats?
I don't want to go into a long story because it's too long for the show. This show is too valuable to talk about concrete. But
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Track. Sorry.
Aldo.
Man. Who's doing
We gotta get to Aldo though. Aldo Gandia, $10 super chat, super sticker. Aldo, the
Come
Pop Father. Thank you, my friend.
Bada of all time.
Much love and appreciation. Thank you very much. That's awesome.
It really is.
Good to see you hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, I know you've been busy all week doing a lot of stuff on the Barroom Network. Dan came back for a Monday show and been hanging out last night with PJ and Zimmerman. Love Steve Zimmerman. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Aldo.
Yeah.
Aldo, text me. I lost all my contact information. Please send me a text or put your name on it. I've been telling him for like a week on Facebook and some other stuff, but I know how busy he is.
Shorty, is that an actual light up sign behind you? Is that lit up?
No, it's a Bears flag with like one of those little star things you can put goes on your, it puts like the stars on your ceiling,
Oh, man, this guy's full of magic. It's great. I like it. You took that with you to Florida?
Yeah, I have this at home and I take it with me to Florida.
Oh, okay.
I try to travel with it as much as I can.
You buy it at the local Dollar General.
Dollar General.
Pretty much. My wife got that and she's like, this thing sucks. I'm like, this will go perfect behind my Thank you for noticing, by the way. Nobody else has ever said anything about it.
I've always wanted to, but it's like, how do you fit that in the chat? It's hard to.
It's like literally one of those things.
Oh, see, you took the magic away. That's like
right.
Showing you know how your uncle does. Where'd my thumb go? And then he finally shows you the trick. You're like, oh man, it's
You're like, it's right here,
dude. It still looks cool though.
Yeah, it shuts down the whole dream.
Yeah.
As Lance says, we don't want to be showing off our big time production budget.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
You guys, have you guys seen her? Because Travis, I don't know if you were finished, man. I should let you finish.
I think I was. Well, actually, I liked the Donald Trump thing in the back. Like, who's doing all that stuff?
I am confirmed biggest Josh Blackwell meat writer on this ecosystem here.
That's who's doing it all.
Is that
meat rider? Borrow the meat.
It's this guy right here. Look at him. Look at that handsome little. He's like, look at that handsome young man.
Go for it right here. Go for it.
He's younger than all of us, and he's sitting behind the screen, man.
The guy's got he's on 5 freaking shows, and he produces.
Uh-oh. I guess we got room for him now.
Yeah, Pulls fuss are right in the middle of talking nice about him.
I'm plugging the guy being nice for like the first time this year.
First time this
And he
year.
pulls me. He was afraid I was going to say that fucking jag off. Let me tell you another thing about Carl.
Yeah, listen, Carl has been doing an absolutely amazing job lately. His polls and rebranding polls got this shit was pretty awesome.
No, although I have to clarify, the show I did with Adam Mason, we were fluffing for BCP.
Ah, yeah. Getting the fluff going, you know.
M. Graham is Hall of Fame. Okay.
You should have seen there was a show that Carl wasn't here. Boy, it was a mess, man. We couldn't work the chat. We couldn't get shit on the screen. We didn't know what the hell we were doing, man.
I'm like, how the fuck do I make these polls? I live in Texas. He's like, you got to go onto your own channel and do it from there. I'm like, oh, I thought it was in StreamYard. Embarrassing.
Absolutely.
I had to open the show manually with the opener instead of the because it was like we were already too late.
He was cranking up the show tonight.
Yeah. How do I get this hamster in the wheel to get this fucking thing going?
Monkey grinder. You know, them guys with the grinder on the stick, and he's got the monkey. It used to be in like the 20s and 30s all the time. Yeah.
So here's my concern, guys. The 6th round pick for a guy who has played less than Tevin Jenkins in the last 2 years, albeit at a Pro Bowl level before that, but he came back for one game, got benched, and that was it. And we gave up draft capital for that. When, in my opinion, and we talked about this, Peach, they could have just signed Tevin Jenkins to an incentive-laden contract that he could have made $16 million based on him playing right guard under the Ben Johnson regime, because we're hoping that Ben Johnson would have seen that on tape 2 years ago next to Darnold, rookie. Played against him, right. So incentive laid that contract to he can make $16 million next year if he plays every game and he plays at a certain level. I don't know that the Joe Thuney trade. I can get behind that because it's the guy has had one penalty in the last 1,115 snaps.
Yeah, he's an all-pro. So
I can get behind that for a 4th round pick. But the Jackson trade, I'm feeling like this is what's his name all over again? Ryan Bates or
Nate Davis?
And Nate Davis all over again. Like,
well, the good thing I want to answer your one thing in there is the way it's set up. If he doesn't work out this year, he's not going to be. We don't have to keep him for another year like we had to do with Nate Davis. It's going to be a $5 million cap hit, and we pretty much pay nothing, and he's gone because he just signed a 3-year contract last year. I mean, double check this, but that's my understanding of the deal. Adam will know.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I would like to add. I have this graphic. I wish I could share it right now, but so check this out. For Jonah Jackson, his career offensive snaps, right, guys? 3,963 career snaps. Automatically becomes number 1 on the Bears offensive line. If you take Braxton Jones, Darnell Wright together, it's a little bit over Jonah Jackson, but it takes 2 guys to eclipse that. Now, everybody else, Ryan Bates, Jordan McFadden, Karan Amagaji, Chris Glazer, Rick Stromberg, all those guys, it's ridiculous. So basically, he's got like half the freaking snaps, man. So there is a little, like Shorty was saying, yeah, what have you done for me lately? Some repetitions leading to retention there. So I like that,
Yeah, I think that with him, the only issue I had, I don't know if I brought this up before.
Jackson?
I'm sorry?
Jackson or Thuney?
The only issue I had with the trades themselves, both of them, is the fact that both of their best positions are left guard. And when you now having to move one of them, presumably Jackson, to right guard,
right?
Will he be as good as a right guard as he was at left guard? I understand after talking with Zim last night how the injury that he had was in the shoulder, and that was a injury that lingered for like a year or so. That's why he was missed those games. And then when he did come back, they decided to bench him because the guy was already playing so well in his place. So I get it now, but I'm still just wondering. I know Ben Johnson is familiar with him.
Yeah.
But he was familiar with him at left guard. So my only apprehension is, how will he do it right guard?
Yeah, that's where they got him projected. That doesn't mean diddly squat. That's just where they got him projected. They said the projection line would be Braxton Jones left tackle, Joe Thuney left guard, and then there's a question mark by Tevin Jenkins, but I think we already know that, you know, the jury's out on that. Coleman Shelton, free agent. So who's going to be our center? Right guard Jonah Jackson, and then right tackle Darnell Wright. So
I got one thing I wanted you to hear, Peach, and this isn't me. This is from Nick. So Nick was at 3 of the games that Jonah Jackson played for the Rams this year.
Nice.
And the one game was center, and his notes are going, I'm not even going to talk about it. The guy, at least at this point, is not a center. He's a guard. And he could potentially be a very, very good guard because he's still young. His notes were something to the effect, and these were the games I was talking about. That's how I even found out to go look at those games, because he said, if you got time, go look at the Tennessee game, or I can't remember, but it's on YouTube right now. And he said for his notes, the half a game that he played right guard impeccable. It was very, he said stuff, I don't even remember what. And that game against Tampa Bay impressed the crap out of him more than anything that he'd seen on the guy in the past, because he was actually at the game. So I'm just giving you a little piece of what Nick saw at the game when he was there. He pulled out his notebook and went through the notes, and that is on YouTube today. I think I saw it today or yesterday. So,
wow.
I see that Adam Mason in the chat said that his best game ever played was at right guard. So hopefully that's able to be sustainable. And I also like what Aldo was saying. Aldo was saying that let's not be surprised if Jonah becomes the backup interior lineman for all 3 positions. Because Poles might continue to try to add.
Well, you know, to your point, PJ, I do like that, because here's the deal. They're all on 1-year contracts. So this wouldn't scare you as a GM to go ahead and shore up from behind. And I think that's the thing about Shelton. It wasn't signing Shelton last year. It was not drafting a center to replace him eventually. And that's the problem that I feel we've had in the past. That's why I'm so solid about signing a journeyman like Ryan Kelly, you know, 4 Pro Bowls, dude's, you know, solid as can be. He's great. I like him, man. I think that would be a good fit, and go out and go get our center like the Steelers did or Tampa Bay did. You know, go grab yourself a rookie, whoever it may be. You guys probably have one in the draft that you got your eye on, you know, but if you back a guy up like Kelly, now you're not paying out the nose. What shorty is it, 13, 14 million or something for Dahlman? And, you know, I just think there's so many holes. People have talked me off the ledge about and wanted to push me, especially about DK Metcalf, you know, other guys, like some edges that I was interested in and all of that kind of stuff, you know, and just like, we got so many holes. You don't want to go all in on one player. And somebody said, I think it was Darius was saying on our show that thankfully we are now out of like hostage mode with Trey Smith, because Trey Smith would have been very expensive, guys, like 23, 24. He probably would have wanted more. Maybe he took the hometown discount eventually. You know, I think he's on the tag, but, you know, he'll probably work with him or something. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but these 2 guys that he just got were still at 51 million. And if he adjusts their money and he pays them the money up front, like the signing money, then, you know, they can be creative and more flexible, probably add 5, 56, 57. I don't know, you know. But I think they're two good, solid. And you know what? They're upgrades from who they're replacing, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I like it, guys, just personally. I played offensive lineman. Hey, here's the thing that I like about freaking Thuney, guys. You want to talk about a lucky dog? The guy freaking was on the offensive line with Tom Brady, then Patrick Mahomes, and now Caleb, dude. Come on.
Well, we can't quite put Caleb on that level yet.
No. It could it could be a lot worse, right?
Sorry, PJ is not allowed to finish that sentence.
Oh, we got rid of him.
And see,
me, I get removed a lot from this show. Trust me.
I like that polls, man.
Here's the best part. Whenever I pull PJ, and then I always do it jokingly and lovingly, of course, and then I want him to finish what he's saying, but he never will. In this case, I really don't. So I'm glad that you won't.
You know, Ant Mass he got tired of my Dollar General polls that I've tried to whip up on YouTube, and he says, Ash Shorty and them guys had to do polls, man. It's like he couldn't take it anymore. They were so cheap the way I was doing them. And now I see what he's talking about, because I've seen your polls before, and I've been in there. Oh no, I better not say it that way. I've
what he said.
I would have got roasted. I almost said I played with the polls before.
While we're chuckling, I want to say this because Adam Mason,
yourself.
And you guys, everybody knows Adam Mason, right?
Oh yeah.
So he said Jackson's best game of his entire career came from right guard. Who were they playing against, Adam? Was that the Tampa Bay game or Seattle? I just got to ask because I looked.
Did I not say that correctly?
I can't remember what.
Did I make mention of that earlier? Did I not say that correctly?
Really, I felt like that's deja vu, man. Or maybe he's just having a silver sneaker moment. I don't know.
Yeah, I could be, dude. You gotta be.
I was just making sure. I mean, if I didn't say it correctly, I mean, I apologize if I misquoted Adam earlier, because I thought that's what I said. So
he's owning it like it's his, dude.
I'm like, did I say that?
I did just get the silver alert on my phone, Foster.
Oh no.
I gotta go home, guys. I can't take it anymore.
He's out.
Hey, we do have 114 in the chat, though.
Wow.
Thank you guys for joining us.
114
you guys. Each and every one of you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Oh, Jay Grizz. What's up, Grizz? Grizzly Bear. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, my friend.
And
JC1.
I appreciate your members. Plank, Jay Grizz, Adam Mason. Am I missing anybody?
JC1.
Googly Bear 00. Vernon Roseman. Our members are down there. Amphieris, Adam Mason. Adam Mason gifted a bunch to a bunch of people, so thank you for that, Adam. I also wanted to get Trapper Keepa. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Laz, thanks for hanging out. Laz was saying what I was thinking. And also, if we didn't say hi to you yet, J2K, I think we did, because I think we said hi to you before you were actually here or something. So what's up, J2K?
Googly Bear.
Googly Bear, he's here. Googly Bear, there you are. I said his name, he shows up.
Hey, wait a minute, Shorty. We said hi to him before he was actually here?
Yes.
No,
I think so.
I said hi to him, and then you guys might have said hi to him, but he had already commented in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So you know. Because I'm like, yeah, we said hi to J2K and he wasn't even here.
I apologize. But I wanted to get to what Laz was saying, because I was thinking it 17 million. You guys were talking about Jackson being a backup, and I thought about that too. That would be it would be good depth, right? But for 16, 17 million. And PJ, I know we talked about this. I don't think that you were correct. I don't think we're paying him 9. Are we only paying
the cap hit for Jonah Jackson is $11.5 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
11.5. Okay.
Okay.
I still think I still think he's going to be.
You were saying short.
What do I know?
$11.5 million to be a backup, though. I mean,
no.
But Ben Johnson did when he was asked about the offensive line, what he wanted. He said, "I want 9 guys." He wants
Yeah.
9 starters for the
Is it
offensive
8,
line.
9, or 10?
Yeah, I'm just saying. And
And
that's,
that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
I mean, the fact that if a guy goes down, which seemed to always happen to us,
Yeah.
that the fact we have enough depth, we would have enough depth to keep on going. That is so appealing to me, and I'm really hoping that comes to fruition.
it's every team, and it's you've got 17 games over 18 weeks now. When it was a 14-game season, if you had 2 guards, a backup guard, and 3 tackles, you were okay. Couple centers, you were okay. But 17 games over 18 weeks, and then your month of practice and preseason, guys are going to get hurt. That's a long period of time to be going through it, you know.
And the best way to refresh them is in the game, not at the end of the game for the next game, because that's where, you know, things start to linger, especially if you're up against some big dogs. You know, you want to get that 3rd down break, bring another guy in. That's another way to elevate and sprinkle in the rookies. So you go back to your veteran, you know, then you sprinkle the rookie in. Maybe you're up a couple. Okay, here you go. A little bit more mop-up time, kid, blah, 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 whatever. You got to have those guys, man, because a guy goes down. That's one thing Henry Melton was saying on the show. He was like, dude, listen. He goes, I would never allow, you know, when Billings went down, right? He's like, you know, Billings, good guy, solid, average, but we would never let, and he's talking about, you know, his team, you know, the Super Bowl run, all that, whatever, that they would never allow a team to impose their will. And the way that you impose your will is by running it down their throat and getting multiple yards. Like me, Shorty, I'm not sure how tall you are, PJ Foster, but we could fall forward and get 3 or 4 yards legit. And like, that's like, I was like looking at times where there was like some serious holes that was in our defense. And I'm like, dude, I could have got a couple yards for sure against our own freaking defense. It was that bad, dude.
Yeah. I think, you know, the whole thing is, even in where we at right now, having the 2 guys we just signed, I think personally we still need to draft a interior guard, draft or sign a free agent guard / center, and still fix that center position. I don't know if Ryan Bates is the answer or not. I don't know, but if not, let's try to make a trade for Eric McCoy. If Chip Kelly doesn't like Jackson Powers Johnson because he's bringing in a new system, go get him from Vegas. Whatever it takes, let's just go get another guy. I mean, you know, some more guys.
Would you guys be opposed to signing Josh Myers from the Packers?
No. Well, hold on.
Foster, I've been holding my load on this, so to speak. I'm going to bring something up real quick.
Here we go, Josh Blackwell again. Go ahead.
I've got to let him cut in.
It's Carl's corner. Are you behind him in his corner or not in his corner?
I've got to show you this, okay? So this is from Pro Football Reference. You can see the data's collected from PFF, everyone's favorite silly slideshow, whatever. This is the percentage of a sack that is at least partially responsible for that sack. So if you look at the center position, you can see the numbers. Patrick Mahomes is the best center in the league, only 3.2% responsibility on Creed Humphrey, right?
Right.
Stay with me now. Center, we're going down. Jordan Love. Josh Myers is responsible for 22% of those sacks.
Oh, God.
Crap.
He's terrible.
Okay, no, back up and punt. Not only is he Green Bay, but that's terrible. Hey,
look at all the other percentages. Josh Myers is the leader in the clubhouse. He's
and
terrible.
Caleb's is not terrible. It's not. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not terrible.
The problem with Caleb, though, you can see the quarterback's responsibility here as well. Caleb's at 18%.
So
Patrick Mahomes is at 23%.
Carl, the center for the Lions, is he even worse? Oh no, that's left guard.
Jared Goff.
I'm
sorry. Yeah.
So they're well, but okay, the percentage of sacks. How many sacks?
All that it's saying is that the percentage at least partially responsible, right?
Right. So I'm sorry, I got to throw this stat out the window. Who's the guys next to him? What's I got to look at every play individually.
Oh.
So look at the rest of the percentage there. Jordan Love's only responsible for 12.3%. Your left tackle's at 24.
Think about what happens whenever we get anyone from the Packers. It never works out.
Dan. Yeah, I'm sick of these Packers sleeper agents, man. I'm going to digress
Edgar
here, but
Bennett kicked our
no Josh
fucking
Myers.
ass for
No
years.
Josh Myers.
I'm
As
still
a
on the
Packer.
Josh Myers boat because I think he's an up and coming young center.
No.
Edgar Bennett kicked our ass for years as a Packer. Comes to the Bears, sucks. And he's a pretty good coach.
We've got this great. Somebody was just saying, "Oh, we got to do this, we got to do that." I'm like, "Oh, we just did that. We just did that. We got a Hall of Famer. Chad Allen just went to the Hall of Fame, but when he came to the Bears, he sucked."
Hey,
just like how many of them? Go ahead, Trax.
Could you pull that graphic back up because I saw something
that's a good graphic. That's real good graphic, Carl.
Carl, can you pull that up real quick? I got to ask you a question. Who is the left guard that Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, you're proving my point here, Brandon, because I've said all along, if the Chiefs had the Chicago Bears tackles during this past Super Bowl, they would have won.
Yeah.
So their left tackle, who's getting boatloads of money, is giving up 35% of their sacks. He's terrible.
Who's their left tackle?
It was the guy that they paid from the Ravens. Ronnie
What's
Stanley.
Caleb's? Go to Caleb. Oh, he's right there. Never mind. 16.
It's really spread out. I mean, the left tackle does give up the most percentage, but Braxton Jones got hurt.
How much?
Caleb Williams is giving up a lot
How
of
much of the season did Joe Thuney play left tackle for the Chiefs?
Only the playoffs. He
Only
didn't
the playoffs.
play, and their left tackle's terrible, Foster. Let's not pretend
that's why
here.
Thuney was playing left tackle. He shouldn't have been out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, that's a good point there. I just like how that center. Look at the center for Patrick Mahomes. I feel like he really helped out the left guard and the right guard. I feel like there's something going on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Joe Burrow's center does not like his left guard or his right guard because he ain't helping them out at all.
I don't know if this is accurate, Foster. It looks like the left tackle is DJ Humphries for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think he was
Lamar Jackson's center, left guard, right guard.
Oh, he has a center from Iowa. I forgot his name off the top of my head.
I can't believe that Sheldon Coleman was only responsible for 12.8, considering the way that guy just got trucked all season long, man.
I don't know where you got that from, Shorty. I know you saw the clip of him getting pushed over because he tripped over silly Tevin Jenkins in week 1, but he wasn't as awful as you want it to be.
We broke down most of the all-22s, and it was just like, geez, get him out of here.
Well, if you have a preconceived notion when you go
Humphries,
into it, I can see what you think.
Humphries was the left tackle till week 15. Not Humphries.
I'm going to say this, though. I think that
Humphries. DJ Humphries.
I think that Creed Humphrey, because of the type of player that Creed Humphrey is, it helps out Thuney as well as Trey Smith. So we can't bring in a smaller center and expect Thuney and Jackson to have similar success. We gotta have a mauler up there, and be it Shelton or Dahlman, neither one of them are maulers. So I know everybody's pounding the table for Dahlman. Dahlman is not that mauler type, and I think we would need a bigger guy. I don't know if Wilson would be there, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Ben Johnson said that he doesn't want a rookie center.
He's projected right now, well, for a mock draft, so whatever that's worth, but 72 now. After the combine, he rose quite a bit. He was in like the 100, 110s, whatever. He dropped all the way down to like 40 points. So, yeah, we would have to go get him in what you guys say, the second round, late second round or something, or what's our pick after 39 and 42?
We got a third rounder.
Yeah, what's the third? What's 72?
72.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody jumps up and grabs him. I'd be a little nervous being that close. You know what I mean? It's 71, 72 or something like that. So
we definitely need to trade down.
Yeah, right. Unless we go get the center that you guys like, whoever that is. I don't know who you guys like at center as far as a veteran goes. But I'll be honest with you. I think Ryan Kelly, listen, everybody's pounding the drums about Thuney. They're saying, you know, you look at Kyle Long on X, he says he could go a good 3-4 years. Well, guess what? I think Kelly's a year younger or a few months younger than him, so he could probably go another 3 years. Guys, you don't even really have to go draft a guy by, desperation, or need, but just like you're saying earlier, guys, backup or something, you know what I'm saying?
No, you want to, if it's me, especially after what Ben Johnson said, I put it to this way into my mind. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get the guy I want and draft his replacement.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
it's a cycle that works because that's what teams like Kansas City do. And Philadelphia, look at how many rookies played in the Super Bowl. Does anybody know for the Eagles? Played in that game.
No, I don't know.
5, counting.
I was going to say both of their cornerbacks started, and one did very damn well. And
don't
Cooper
forget
DeJean.
about Carter.
Safety.
But let me ask you guys a question really quick. How do you guys do that and keep your conscience clean? Because both sides of the trenches need fixed. Like, how do you do that? It's an interesting, conundrum there.
Well, I think this could set themselves up for a Josh Simmons pick at left tackle.
Ooh, I like that.
Because J2K's been pounding the table for him, and with the injury scares people away. But even though they're projecting him to be ready as of now, by the time September rolls around, how much training camp and all that stuff will he miss by then? So you already have Braxton Jones, right? So if you can draft Simmons, ease him in, you can get the interior of the offensive line fixed, get that tackle.
Yeah.
And now you can add some depth to the interior of the offensive line, in the draft, or maybe even, UDFAs. And I think that these drafts are just basically, I kind of said this, didn't really touch on it though, Paige, like we are in win now mode because we are on a very talented rookie quarterback contract.
Oh.
And I think that's where if they can just plug in a couple of pieces here and there, and then they can draft behind those guys to learn from and sit back and not have to be forced to play a bunch of rookies on the line, but still upgrading it. I'm a little worried about Jackson, but I think that they're doing it the right way.
I wonder though. I wonder whether or not if we was to get Simmons, whether or not that this would be a redshirt year, because if he misses training camp, I can't see him coming in like Armagaji did last year and trying to catch up to speed. You miss so much time missing training camp that you won't be able to catch up to be a starting left center in the NFL. So we would just have to say, hey man, you're just going to have to sit this one out. Granted, Braxton Jones is in the last year of his contract, but he's also coming off injury. I don't even know if he'll be ready by the start of training camp because of his injury. So then you're left down to Armagaji, and how well is he going to learn, because he's going to be learning on the fly because he didn't get the chance to do the training camp last year. Yeah. So I like the idea of Simmons, but then too, could be problematic.
Yeah, you almost want a guy race ready just in case these veterans guys that linger or have a little issue. You guys are already worried. I will tell you this: I found out that the guy you spoke about earlier, the one that polls really liked, Ryan Bates.
Yeah,
I heard on the radio this morning that he has arthritis in his shoulder, so that's really freaking fantastic to know.
It was last year that he actually had
arthritis.
Yeah,
but that don't really go away, dude. That's like something, all the guys I work with at the steel mill, it seems like it's always it like maybe they just stopped talking about it for a while, but it just seems to like always be there, so that's not a good thing to have. You
want to know the truth about arthritis? Because I have it in every joint in my body since I was 12 years old.
What's that?
Arthritis. It sucks. I can't sleep at nights from it. It messes up what I'm doing during the day as I'm getting older.
Yeah.
It just gets harder and stiffer. And if you stop moving it, you're going to have a problem.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
The kid chimes in.
She did. She threatened me too, man. No.
Hey, you have to excuse me for this question because I can't remember if you guys have ever said this before. Have any of you guys played O-line?
No. Other than like maybe a little tight end in high school.
Okay, well then then playing that and you were blocking, right? You just didn't go off the passes
I was blocking. Yeah.
So here's the deal. I'm sure you know what you lined up on the left side or the right side. Whoever you were by like made your job easier. You know what I mean? Depending on how well they were, and they can actually help you out along the way. I feel like, and here's the deal. I've said this before. when I had, and I've actually been fortunate. I thought all coaches did this until, I started being a fan of the Chicago Bears. There was like zero accountability on the offensive line. Like if my butt was not what they call it, ass to grass, my coach would come by and he'd put his hand on my shoulder and he'd push it down, whichever side that he saw I need to go a little bit lower. If my hips were not square and down, he would, go on both sides of my shoulder and then push down. And then I knew it was my hips. This is just one coach. This isn't all coaches, whatever. But the fact remains is if you start to get wore out, and you even know Shorty playing and anyone else that's played, football in the summer months where it gets really hot, you go 2-a-days, 3-a-days, whatever, it really takes a toll on you. And if you've got bad body mechanics and nobody's over there slapping your knuckles with the ruler, you are going to carry that into your worst days, your most worn out days. Now we've got a guy in the building that's going to orchestrate that and hold guys accountable. Not only that, but from what I hear about Dan Rushar and the assistant backup offensive line coach, and also Eric Bieniemy, like, listen, there are no excuses. There are no excuses this year. Potentially, quote unquote, everybody in the building is going to hold these offensive linemen accountable. And I wouldn't be surprised, Foster, if we potentially saw some guys that would surprise the heck out of us that we've already got in the building. I mean,
I can agree.
Bill
with
Murray.
I like Bill Murray. Yeah.
You gotta like Bill Murray, man.
Didn't they just redo him, or
Yes.
Yeah. Was that today or yesterday?
That was some stuff we were going to get to in a minute here. We're going to get to those guys.
Sorry.
I didn't know my first coach in 6th grade, when we were the first time we were going to practice and lining up, he took every player and put them in position just like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Bend your knees here. This is the way you place your hips. This is where your feet should be. Because I and we talk about, I was talking about how I played in the T formation. It's kind of a joke.
Yeah.
But I did. But even at the flanker position, he would teach me that I'm going to come out of the backfield. I might be in the slot, and my job is to take out the free safety so he can't get anybody.
Wow.
And that was my job at a lot of plays, was just to make sure the free safety it's reversed, guarded.
Yep.
But he taught me position, stance, the angle of attack. He taught every kid that on both sides of the line, every single player from day one. I had the same coach for like 2 years there.
But, and to your point, I'll say this to back up your point, Foster, anybody that can hold you. And here's the deal. To me, I'm glad we got this all figured out before Braxton leaves the building, because when I interviewed him week 1, for Mongo, he got the ring, his wife was there and whatever. And I, at the very end of it, I made a dart beeline to the locker room. Well, let me back up. First, I sat down by David Ha, and I'm like, how long are we going to sit here and wait for they go to the locker room first. They get ready to do the what do you call it? The press conference. The press conference, right? So I had it backwards, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, why aren't you guys in the locker room? And they're like, the other part of our team is in the locker room. Then when the players and the coaches come over for that, so I was like, okay. So I darted over to the locker room. I followed somebody over there, right? So I get in the locker room, and the one guy that he's just combing his beard out, and that was Braxton Jones. And I'm 6'6", dude. And I'm looking up at this mountain of a man. And I swear, I don't know, you guys pull up the stats, whatever, but he looks taller and bigger than me. And I'm like, dude, this guy is one big son of a gun. All I'm trying to say is that I hope this guy gets coached up. I hope the left guard Thuney, whoever they put there, veteran, whatever, helps him out and unlock some stuff, because up until now, he hasn't had a fair shake in the NFL. Nobody's been able to help him get from the college level, just like you were talking about Amagaji. Same could be said by some of these other guys, including, freaking Bill Murray,
Every guy on the team.
Yeah.
Just by the coaches that we've had the last 3 seasons.
Right.
It hasn't been fair to.
No.
I mean, just look at what we've had, what we've experienced on a weekly basis. So
that's a good point.
I never, following the Bears forever and 70s and into the 80s even, I never thought much about coaching until I started playing the game more and looking at it. How important it's so important to have proper coaching, man. We all know it. I'm just repeating something we all know.
But you know what's crazy about coaching though, and maybe Hot Carl could probably. Hey Carl, are you still back there? This
Hot Carl.
I'm sorry.
What the hell did you call me?
I'm sorry, dude. There's a guy at work his name's Carl. We call him that all the time.
That's funny as hell. You can call me whatever you want, man.
No disrespect. Seriously, honest to God.
Popo Pantalones.
So you know, like you're the
You
youngest.
know what a hot Carl is, right?
Damn it, man. Hey,
I think you should be asking PJ if he knows what a hot Carl is, because
I absolutely do not.
no, but as far as the youngest one in the bunch, like you probably remember better than we do. You really don't like listen to your coach like you do when you get older. You don't listen to instruction the same way. You do, but you don't. And it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a dull. How do they say that? Like a dulless gong or something like that, or a soundless gong. You know what I'm saying? It's just like after over and over and over and over. But to that point, man, I like how he went out and got all these guys that are younger and older, and it's a good mix. Kind of like you guys, you know, you guys are a good mix, younger and older guys, you know. I like how Ben did that. You know, he said he didn't hire his friends, you know.
Right.
So what does that say? What does that say when you don't go hire your friends? That says, I want to be held accountable. I want to do better.
It's just what you do in any business. You get the best people for the job, period.
And I as upset as I am about the loss of Vic Fangio, because I mean, Vic needed to go take that time to go try to be a head coach. I in my heart of hearts didn't think it was going to work out. He went to a team without a quarterback. But no, listen. Now he's on the Eagles. He's going to retire there, and he just won a Super Bowl in his first or second year there. He's going to his first year. So he's going to retire of an Eagle, and he could have been our defensive coordinator, retiring here. The second best thing is Dennis Allen, because that guy has already tried twice. He's not going to go off to become a head coach again. So he's going to stick. If he pans out, if he runs this defense like we all think he's going to be here for a while. He is going to retire on this team. And the other good part is the head coach. We're not going to, if he pans out, if he continues his play calling the way that he did it for the Lions, and he is a good head coach and everything comes together, we're not going to lose an offensive coordinator. We're not going to have our team ripped apart like the Lions just did. And those are things that I think, you know, I've given up trying to have hope at some point. Like tracks, like I just went into a funk at some point in the season because I lost all ability to have hope.
You sounded beat down, brother. You sounded like a lot older than you were on some of the shows. I was just like, oh my God, I feel for this guy. You know, they lose how many games last year? 12 games, and they raised the ticket prices by 10% again. It's just like, where do you get the fucking audacity to even do that to begin with? That bothered me a lot.
And I went to 3 games last year. Not to mention, I didn't just drive an hour to go to the game. I drove fucking 800 miles to go to those games.
Yeah,
so
that guy that you were with on the short, you got like 700 views or something like that. Is that a local guy, or did he come with you?
The dude sitting in the stands with me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Jason, UK Bears.
Oh, Jason. Yeah.
Jason flew in for my 50th birthday for Christmas, and he brought his
England tracks. He flew in from England.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was his third Bears game ever. The first game was London.
Wow.
The second game was the Lions home game. He didn't sit with us, but then he sat with us at the Seahawks game. That was that game.
Wow.
And the London game tracks, the London game, he was on national TV. A bunch of us saw it because all of a sudden there's like a break and they're showing people in the stands, and it was him going like this. There you go. That's it. That's him.
Oh, dude, he's lit, dude. He's got so much energy. I love that.
He's one of the co-hosts of the British Bears show here on BCP during the Bears season.
Oh,
every Tuesday at 3:00.
He looks familiar. Okay.
So yeah, that was awesome. That he,
Oh wait, no, he doesn't, because those are working hours, boss. What am I talking about? I
Not
was
in England.
yeah, he's 5 hours ahead of us.
It's
So
like 9 o'clock there.
yeah. That's our night show over there. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, is that, I lost hope. I really did. I started to lose hope, and I went on some rants. This man, I can't remember going on rants in like that in a while. And I'm pissed at myself that I'm starting to get hope again, because I know that's what makes all of us fans that we are of this team. And it's just, sometimes you wonder why we do this to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because here we go again.
Yeah.
Up the roller coaster, and then we're just going to come crashing down. So if I go to any games this year again at a 10% increase, I'm going to the first 7 games. That's it. Not when they still have a chance. Can
we pull up a graphic and choose what games that you should go to based on the better chances of winning? I feel like that could actually help out. But no, see, hopefully they're warm games. Honestly, maybe that's what you're thinking of. Also, like the first 7 games are the warmest games too.
Yeah, Jason, we are gluttons for punishment, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but now if they what is he saying? You guys heard the Bears, the Summit Traffic and Financial Studies for. Yep, I heard that Ian Rappaport said that he announced that the Bears were going with Arlington.
What's
Tony? And I think that they should, and I'm partial to it because that is a 20-minute train ride from my family is when I'm home visiting, and it would just be perfect for the team as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, so back to the hope thing. I think that here they are now. They're starting to suck us all in again, right? And now our fandom is coming. A lot of us never lost that hope. I don't think PJ ever really lost it like I did, but it's coming back again. Here we are. We're gonna get through this draft, and we're gonna be 0-0 to start the season, and then it's gonna be the hope is gonna be back again, right?
Who's the one guy that can talk you guys off the ledge when you guys are like up against it with the Bears? Like you have like one friend that's always Captain Positive. Is that Jason guy that we saw in the video? Is that your guy, Shorty?
No. If they're like maybe my guy, I've known him since I was 8.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that, Peach? You're like, I want to show myself. Look at me, everyone.
I'm a good-looking man, baby. No, not me.
He talked me off the ledge a couple times this year. Nobody knows who he is. He's been on the show like once, but Peach and Foster have tried.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had one, but we've got a great repeat guest that can make you go either way. He can either get you all pissed off or make you feel better. Glenn Morgan, NBC. Well, he used to be NBC's draft analyst. I've seen. Matter of fact, it wasn't that long ago. Shorty's going, "Yep, Bears are going to be the only team to win a Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback." Blah 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 blah. He's all up. Glenn was on the show for 2 minutes, man. Shorty was going to commit suicide in about 5.
I'm like, I got the perfect show plan, and he's like, "No, this whole team is because of ownership. Ownership fucked this team up. They're never going to be good until and he was going on this ownership rant. I'm like, man, you killed it for me.
Yeah,
had him on like a month later.
Wait, Shorty, 3 months later, Dan's like, I got him. I'm all ready for him. I'm going to nail Glenn Morgan tonight. Glenn comes on, says about 20 fucking words, and Shorty's just like, because I was ready to nail you to the cross, and you just said what I was going to say.
No, I was at that point. I was like, I totally agree with you. It's the McCaskies. The McCaskies are the fucking problem. I can't wait to bitch with you about the McCaskies. And he comes on and he's like, no, actually, ownership's not that bad. I was like, you.
It was hilarious. Shorty had 2 shows.
Let me be mad.
Completely lost.
I was entirely prepared to rant with him, and you went the opposite direction both times.
He zigged when you zagged.
Yeah, yes. Last said, Shorty
What
tried
do
to get that Slugger Daddy TV guy your show. He screams Bears football throughout his podcast. Hilarious stuff.
Oh, Flag Daddy TV. Yeah, he's hilarious, man.
Oh, he's saying
It's
try to
always
get that.
the freaking Bears, the Chicago Bears football.
Who is that?
Flag Daddy TV. You've seen him. We talked about this a couple years ago, even. Bears football.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
It's been so
I wanna-
long.
I
Hope it don't sound like that.
Yeah, well, I've seen it enough. I like watching it, and I laugh my butt off, man. It's hilarious. So did we say anything? Because like we were talking about Jonas Jones, but Pete, you remember when we were chatting the other day when they made the trade? We were on the phone chatting, and Carl was like, we kind of got Carl down, if you remember, just from the comments, because we were like, oh man, what is it? A fourth round pick? Thuney's
Next
old.
year.
Yeah, he told me before the show, he's
Yeah,
like, I can't wait to hear you old men complain about the Thuney trade.
There's three things in life that are inevitable. It's death, taxes, and the most painful thing of all. Bears football!
Oh my god.
That guy. That's the guy.
That's awesome.
He's right about the last one. The death, the taxes, and Bears football. It's very painful. I've been doing all three for like the last 60 years. Dying, paying taxes, and watching Bears football.
I think you just have to learn to keep things in perspective. That's the whole thing. Can't let your highs get too high or your lows get too low.
Pull him, Dan.
It appears that we're on the right track now. It appears, but
Well, that's
can't.
what I wanted to ask you and seg into, Pete, was with Thuney and Jonas Jones. I mean, I still feel we're nowhere near done. We're nowhere near done with what we need to do on the offensive line.
No, we're not.
We don't have a center, and who do we got for depth right now?
We don't have 9 guys.
We don't have any depth that we know of. It could
No.
be there,
No.
but we don't have any. So we've got 4 guys,
Bill Murray, yeah.
and what else? And Bill Murray, possibly. I mean, you can't. That's one or
can't
2
count on
games
Bill Murray,
that you're looking at, and the one game was against the Panthers, and they were banged up. We were talking about injuries early. At one time, I can't remember if it was Jacksonville or the Panthers. They had like 26 guys when we played them already that had been on the injury report, and that was early in the season. I think it was the Panthers because they were beat the crap out of, man. If you went back and looked at their old line, they actually played pretty good the second half of the season. They won some games, the Panthers.
Yeah.
So
I like what Darius said. He's ringing true what you just said, Foster, and that's the guy right there. Darius, his nickname's D Nice because he's always nice and he's even keel, man, and he doesn't get too high or too low, and that's exactly a good way to be. Now, let me ask you this, PJ. Are you able to keep that even keel in the game, or do you get heated?
I don't get heated during the game. I try to stay even keel all the way around. I think when I'm constantly hearing a certain narrative,
yeah,
I tend to get a little bit heated then because it's like they keep on trying to put a square peg into a round hole, and it's like that's not what it is. Certain things go together like peanut butter and jelly, and then there's certain things that don't, and we tend to want to go the opposite way at times. And as far as the play, when I see a play that is really ridiculous, I start laughing. I don't even get mad. I just start laughing. I mean, there was times when I was watching Coleman Shelton get destroyed.
Oh my God.
It was just funny. It just got to a point where it's funny.
It was actually comical.
Yeah. It gets funny because I can't get mad about that. Because the reality is Coleman Shelton's a lot better football player than I am. But even with that, when I see him get destroyed, it's funny. It's just funny.
Huh. Well, I tell you what, though, this is what's hard for me to believe. If you can stay even keel in the lows, you don't get to enjoy the super highs. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
people
true.
that go bananas, like that guy you just showed up, that guy right there, he gets it on both sides, going too low and going too high. That guy has got to be a really fun guy to hang out with.
But he's also depressed. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Let me rephrase that. He's possibly depressed because, as a Bears fan, how many highs do you get a chance to see?
Oh, good point.
So you're going to spend most of your times being that negative guy because of all the lows. That's why I prefer to say, yeah, I agree with you. I won't ever get really high. But because of that, I would never get really low either.
Hey, Trax.
So
What's up?
I'm sorry, PJ. I thought you were done. I was just gonna say PJ's first season, Bears went 1-13. That he started calling. 1-13.
Oh man, that's rough, dude.
Go ahead, PJ. I thought you were done.
And that's what I'm basically getting at. I mean, I've been a Bears fan for over 50 years, 55 years, and it's like I've been a Bears fan so long that I've seen so many losing seasons that
Gotcha.
yeah, I enjoy the moments of when we have success. But even after we won the Super Bowl in '85, I remember thinking, okay, what are we going to do next year? It's like immediately on to the next thing because I don't spend a lot of time to savor in the moment of, oh, we're the Super Bowl champs. Let me pound my chest. No, let's move on to the next.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the shitty part about it, right? Like I think about being an Eagles fan right now. It's like NFL's over. That game ended. The NFL season was over. You have what? If you live in the city, you live in the area, you have a parade you go to, you rah for like another week, and then you're like, oh fuck, now the season starts all over again. And
yeah.
And it's almost like what's the point of even enjoying it at that point though?
They got to do exactly what a lot of people did in Chicago. The season was over and they go, man, the 76ers suck, just like the Bulls. Just another day after all of it.
Because reality is you get to enjoy that Super Bowl victory probably that day, maybe that week.
Yeah.
But now you start thinking about on to the next. That's what I'm saying. So I don't wrap a whole lot of. If there was a time when the Bears would lose on a Sunday, my whole week was just sucked. I was like, man, this week sucks because the Bears lost.
Totally.
But because you start
losing testosterone.
Well, you just started realizing that it's a game. It's something that I can't control. It's not like I'm playing. It's not like I'm out there coaching them. So why am I so vested in the emotional side of it? I'm still a Bears fan. I will always be a Bears fan. I will root for them every time, but I'm not going to be like so vested in it to where, okay, my week's destroyed because they lost. Yeah, I had no hand in helping them lose or win.
It sucks when you get to that moment in life and you realize something that you used to be so like over the top passionate about just becomes a loss of testosterone. Really,
it doesn't suck for me. I think what it does for me, it gives me a sense of clarity and peace because now, okay, the Bears lost. Yeah, they could have done this better. They could have done that better. But guess what? I'm still healthy. My family's healthy. Life is pretty good still. I'm compartmentalizing things a lot better to where it's not Bears as a sole focus. Right. There's other things going on to where, again, it's not going to bring me down to where I'm, losing my crap over what the Bears do. Yeah, I still, get disappointed at certain times, like that Hail Mary. I mean, I was like, oh wow. That was my reaction. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
But again, the next day, I'm not still dwelling on it. I mean, you're still hearing about it in the media.
That's a really good example because 15 years ago, I would have punched a hole in a door or a wall. I would have been so pissed off about that game, and I would have let it affect my entire season.
Yeah.
This year, I just didn't punch the hole in the wall or the door. I just went,
Yeah.
You gotta fucking be kidding me. But I let it affected the rest of my season. I'm still pissed off about it. I am going to be pissed off about that Hail Mary until I die. I that's my own thing. It's my own thing. I will be laying there. Oh, fucking Hail Mary.
He compartmentalized that one. I'm keeping this to my angry side right here.
Caleb Williams made it to the Hall of Fame, but that
I was
rookie of the year from him.
I was yelling at the TV, "You motherfuckers! You motherfuckers!" I turned the TV off, went and did shit for 40 minutes because the game's over. I'm done, so I'm just gonna go do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then sat back down and watched some more football. But I mean, I go nuts. I yell at the TV, man. At least I'm not like Adam Mason. I think he's got like 4 55-inch broken TVs in his garage.
Damn.
I made that up. Guys.
Carl is still really passionate and fired up and over the top about games too. He's still got that testosterone.
Dan, you remember what it was like to be young?
You lucky fucker.
I don't.
That was so many years. That was before you were bitten, Foster.
Yeah.
I just think, when you're controlled by your emotions, and especially over things you can't control, you tend to get out of control. And I'm not trying to be out of control. And that's why I'm like, yeah, I get disappointed. I mean, I was disappointed when the Bears traded Justin Fields, as everybody in here will tell you. Very disappointed. But in the same token, I mean, I wasn't punching the walls about it. I wasn't acting angry about it. I mean, I was still defending eugenics, total ultimate.
Testosterone, Peach.
That's what the secret is, huh, Peach?
I've never heard of that before. That's why I'm looking at it like, okay.
You guys have so many sponsors.
That's what she said, Peach. Hey, honey.
Not in that.
I'm going to send you this ad and just put it on auto subscribe because I don't know. I don't want to know what I never heard of it. Hey, wouldn't me?
Depends on how you look at it. Mark, I can't remember his name now. Said you should be happy, Shorty, because that put the nail in Lewis's coffin. 2 ways to look at everything.
That is true. Good point.
It is what it is. The past is a nice place to live it, but don't live there. You'll have problems.
Speaking of that, I like that jersey you got hanging up there, Mr. Scorpions. The McMichael. We're Twinkies tonight, buddy.
You are correct, Mark.
I went and got that after talking to his sister on the internet. I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Whoa. He went to go talk to her again.
Go back to Bears offensive line. What were the 3 words, Peach? Continuity, coaching, and I can't remember. Because those when you guys were talking about words, those were PJ and I have been talking. Oh, continuity, coaching, and IOL is what PJ and I have been talking about almost every week for 3 years on this show because we haven't had any.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to give me 3 C's: continuity, coaching, and IOL.
Or AOL.
No, it's C-coil.
But you know what? The interior offensive line is so important, especially the outside guys. And Shorty, he could relate to this being a tight end. When you got a guy,
I was a wide receiver, but they tried to play me a tight end a little bit, and just because I was 6'2" and 180 pounds, 190 pounds in high school.
Mm.
Even though I could run a 4.0 flat.
Go ahead, Trax.
Yeah, when you're out there on an island, you really appreciate that interior help, man. Especially when you get blown up the middle. You got a mic coming in or whatever. One of them safeties you were talking about earlier, Foster. Something like that, little creative zone blitz, and you're like, whoa. You got a guy that can help, double down. It's huge. If you don't have that guy, oh gosh, good night. So I like what you guys said there. Interior and that continuity, that's number one. they were what do you call it? Moving the chairs like the Titanic, you know. We were sinking, but it didn't matter which way you sliced it. All you were doing was polishing a turd the whole freaking time. This guy, it doesn't matter. You got to have a guy right there. Your center is the most important piece. He's your field general on your offensive line. He's the one that gets all the information from the quarterback. The quarterback gets his information in the headset or sees what's going on, and then he Omaha's the hell out of it. Hey, even your center can look up and see where the hot, blitz is coming from, who's hot, anything, and then he orchestrates it, and he says he's the conduit. He goes from the inside at the O gap. He goes to the right. He goes to the left. He goes to his evens. He goes to his odds, and he tells those guys, and then those guys tell the tackles, and those guys tell the tight ends. It all works together. But if you don't have any of that, man, you're in a lot of trouble. You're in a whole lot of trouble there. So I like that these guys have experience, man. I think that's important. I really do. Not saying we shouldn't get the rookies like you guys said, that we shouldn't go draft the guys, but you got to have a little bit of both, right?
Oh yeah, I think you have to have a mixture. I mean,
yeah.
you need that, just like on your coaching staff itself. You need a mixture. So I think if we were to add another veteran guard as well as drafted guard,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not relying on Bill Murray. I think he's good to be on a practice squad in case we need him.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just not on him making a 53-man roster as my ultimate chess piece. I mean, would it be horrible if he did? No, not necessarily, but I would still prefer to have someone else. But that's one thing. But you have that mixture, and then if guys go down, we can move a guy in without really hurting the team. Because last year, I think we just kept on getting injuries and kept on having people, and me and Shorty both agreed that we thought Tevin Jenkins was playing out of position anyway.
Yeah.
Well, with these guys we brought in, with the experience they have, even if let's say, God forbid, they're both injured sitting on the bench, you think they're not going to be able to help the guys out there on the field? Because I think we haven't had that in a while either. We've had real veteran leadership that's been in the trenches and knows the game, because both of these guys have played enough snaps to know the game.
That's a good point.
So but I'm like this. I'm still in the draft, man. I'm probably going defense with that first pick, and then I'm taking 2 more guards.
Me too, because
maybe even a guard later, because there's a couple guys I found that we can get later in the draft. And what's the picks again? 72? Is it 179? And we gave away 206 or something? No,
yeah.
I got it wrong. So at 179, there's a couple guards right in there. I think there's a guy from Auburn and a guy from Ole Miss. I'm probably wrong, but there's a couple guards that are going to fall in that area that have, like you were talking about, 3,000-4,000 snaps. There's a guard that's going to go in the 4th round. That's been a 4-year starter at Auburn, and nobody's done that at that university in 5 decades to start off all 4 years.
That's awesome.
He's got some experience nobody's even talking about. I'm going to pull up his name. I can't remember. Nate. Some people, Adam would know it, but I can't. I'm just saying that's what I'm looking at, because great, but we still haven't done enough. And how much? I think we're going to end up with about, after draft capital and everything right now today, is it 45 million max with the restructuring of a
50, little over 51 and some change.
Yeah. We're including here a $10 million holdover that cap that Poles does every year to have during the season. If you've gone and looked at the payroll.
Oh, so you're take that off. Yeah,
took that off even. So it's like 42.5 or something like that. Let's just say that. So I mean, there's some money to bring in another offensive guy, whether it's a center or whatever. But I would have, and then we probably should address the defense still a little bit, because we talked about it earlier, man, with Billings and what we have. It's just not enough. It's not enough.
Well, wouldn't it make sense that if you want 9 offensive linemen, that you'd want 9 defensive linemen? 8? Because there's one less. 7? Well, no, because you have your defensive tackles and your edges and all that kind of stuff. So I would say, yeah, eight minimum, but 9-10 maybe even. Especially here's one thing, and you guys are probably going to slap me for saying this name, Eberflus. That's one thing I liked about him as far as the defense. He did it by committee, and I really feel like that's important, and that's why going back to PJ's point earlier, by committee and having all those guys, or maybe it was you, Foster. You guys were talking earlier about how he wanted to have, all these starters, all this backup, and all these guys with 9 guys. So I think that's important on both sides of the ball. All I'm saying is, like, dude, there's still a whole lot of work to be done. Ask me this, or answer me this. Which guys on the defensive line would you say is true legitimate starters that make a difference for us? 3, 4? After that, we still need 4 more? We got a lot of work to do, guys.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Billings is a high quality backup.
I agree,
but I don't know if he's a starter.
No.
And then the only true starters we have is probably Dexter as well as Sweat.
Yeah.
Everyone else,
I would like to, Carl, can you pull up that question from Otor? Wouldn't Bears moving for Trey Hendrickson make more sense than a trade for Garrett? You have a 2-year window without too many extensions and could get him for the same for the same price at a better long-term deal.
I think so. And here's the deal. All you're doing with Trey is I don't think you're giving up your first-round draft pick. I think if you're trading like with the Bengals, you're trading your first for their first and maybe your second for their second. So you're just moving a little bit further back and they're moving a little bit further forward because he's a rental. You can't ask a whole lot for a guy like that. You know what I'm trying to say?
They're going to ask for a compensation pick, a second rounder or a third rounder. It is the swap. It's
right.
The swap plus compensation, probably.
What I'm getting at is you still get Trey. But if I trade my 10 for your 17 or wherever the Bengals are at, I forget.
Yep, that's it.
And then my 39 or 41, whatever that is, for their
47.
I'm just saying, if you threw that package together, I think it'd move the needle. I don't know if it would, seal the deal, but that's something I'd look at, see if they'd at least bite on that.
Well, you see what that says?
What's that?
The Cincinnati Bengals are seeking a late second-round pick, early third-round pick for defensive end Trey Hendrickson.
So they're not interested in swapping. They want straight-up picks. I got you. Okay. All right. Well,
I'd surprise
or equal value.
Right.
Oh,
and he's about to turn 33.
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
Really? I thought Trey Hendrickson wasn't even 30 years old yet.
He's 30. He's going
born
to be
December 5th, 1994. So that makes him.
He's 30, like me.
No, 31? He's 30. He's 31. So he'll be 32 this year.
Okay, so he's going to be 32. Every place had it that he was going to be 32.
Your math is off. I was born in November 94. I'm 30 years old.
Well, when was your birthday? When was your birthday, Carl? Because you were 30 last year, but you're going to be
November. Yeah,
so
he's 31 this year.
Okay.
Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
See, they've got it written everywhere, and correct me if I'm wrong, Carl. Everywhere I've seen it, it said he's going to be 33 years old.
Sorry, I'm terrible.
That's wrong.
I know, but I'm saying that's what you see everywhere. I didn't go investigate it.
If by everywhere you mean Twitter, aka the butthole of social media, or
Twitter,
the whole world, you're right.
Twitter, YouTube, everything.
Fact, PJ, I hate Twitter.
I don't even go on.
But yet you there all the time.
It's the bleeding edge. You got to sift through it, right? You got to wipe the poop out.
No, that's why I avoid certain things, bro.
I you know what? I got so pissed off at every day. I only ever signed up for Twitter just for Bear stuff. And then I made the Bears Country Podcast Twitter for Bears stuff. And all of a sudden I'm getting everything from Elon Musk once he bought the company and all this political shit. And it was driving me fucking crazy. So you know what? There we go. Oh, look. Life is so much better on this stupid platform now that I've blocked Elon Musk and all the politicians and political people that had no damn business being in my feed.
Amen.
So for everyone that hates that too, you just go there and block them. It's the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner. Block them. And you can go right back to having your football content like you loved it.
Gotcha.
I noticed though, Dan, you didn't block all the hooker women that are like the 80 women that are trying to follow you.
Oh no, they make me feel special. I'm like, oh, somebody still finds me attractive at 50.
Yeah,
somebody's got to do it. It's better them than us. He be walking in it.
Oh wait, she's following 2,500 people, and there's 2 people following her. Never mind.
What do you guys think that there's any chance that we already have the edge in Jervon Dexter on our team, and then we just go out and get like a Kenneth Grant or potentially like a Stackhouse later on, double down defensive line in the draft, and we already have Jervon Dexter as our edge that's already in the building? Is that a possibility, or
I don't think he's an edge. No,
you couldn't see him as that.
What about?
They were just talking about like his measurements, as far as like the way Dennis Allen likes his guys. So I'm just curious,
Hey, Trax.
Yeah.
I brought this up the day we drafted him.
Did you really? Well,
you go back and you look at the show.
It's
asking the same question.
It's just funny.
And then it turns out his first season, 18% of his snaps were from defensive end. Did you know that?
I seen some of that, and Henry brought that up, and so did Tommy. And that's what it's interesting. Henry was more interchangeable through all of the positions on the line, right? But Tommy occasionally he dabbled, but not much. But the same things that they taught, the characteristics that they liked about Jervon screamed edge for me. But what do I know? I played offensive lineman eons ago, but it just kept it just kept coming back in my head, coming back in my head, and I keep thinking about this. And I'm like, I really don't want to overpay for anybody right now, because that was my point earlier about how we still potentially need 3 or 4 defensive linemen. And to PJ and your point, we need legit more offensive linemen. We still got to go get a safety somewhere. We don't have a number 2 tight end. I'm sorry. I like this dude. I potentially like this guy from Miami, but he's not no number 2 tight end. If Cole goes down, we got a big gap, guys. And we're running back. We still got to get multiple running backs. Rashawn with this Guardian deal, he's not going to get it done this year, guys. I love Rashawn from Texas, but he does not give me that comfortability level that you would if we had a true legit dude. And I'm sorry, but Swift, I don't even think he's a true bell cow. I still think we need a true bell cow, and somehow he works his way into starting, not right away, respectfully so, but so there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. And if you go out and you go pay for a guy like Trey Hendrickson, that's a lot of money off the board, guys. I mean, I love it. I love 17, 18 sacks, whatever it is, Shorty, but I don't know, man. I'm really like buyer beware. And that's because Brian, he was bringing up earlier in a show yesterday when I brought up who's that? DK Metcalf. He does not want us to go out and get DK Metcalf. It's just too expensive. I think he wants $30 million.
I hear that the big guy in the middle there of this image, is being put on waivers by the Chargers.
We'll give him bring him on.
Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa always reminds me of, every time I see him, he reminds me of that Popeye character in the middle there.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on, Trax. I think the reality is, though, I think Poles basically shot his shot a year too soon. I mean, we don't want to talk about that because we want to go down that narrow road. And
what do you mean by that, though? What do you mean by
before I get pulled off the show? I'll pull myself off after I say this.
Okay.
by sitting up there and instead of trading that first round pick, that first overall pick, and getting a haul of draft picks to where we could have built up that team.
I know.
Around Justin, you're talking, right?
I know where he's going.
Yeah. I mean, in that way, we could have fixed a lot of those areas, but he chose not to do that. And that's why we're now chasing it. We're chasing it, trying to find those spots. And that's all I got to say. And that being said, guys, have a nice show.
It was good seeing Pidge.
I got two things, Pete. I'm gonna backtrack to what you were talking about, Trax. And after everything you brought up that we need, what about wide receiver?
Yeah. Yes.
So I mean, we need so damn much, so much more than everybody's like, oh, we're set now. We don't have to. Everybody's doing mocks and they're not drafting. They're drafting like an offensive lineman in like the 7th round or something. And I'm like, no, we still got to draft 2 of them, man. You're taking running backs and tight ends and safeties where you should be taking offensive linemen in these drafts. I'm just saying. And then Peach, if we did my draft when Fields was playing, we would have had, instead of having Fields, we would have like Davis Mills would have been the quarterback, and we would have had Cree Humphrey and Trey Smith because I traded out of the first and drafted like 12 guys that would be 5 of them would be on the team right now and starting. Then who knows? We could have drafted any quarterback after that because we would have had a line by then already. I'm just saying.
You know, hey, you guys probably what? Yeah.
Can I doody you with this?
Yeah.
What if they go out and get a Trey Hendrickson somehow, or they're able to pick up a Joey Bosa, or they're able to fill that spot, and they're also able to get a dominant center and maybe even another backup piece like you're talking about in Kelly, and then they're able to get where a lot of people are saying the offensive line is strong in the 2nd and 3rd round. They're able to build up there, and they you with Ashton Genty at 10. Would that make you guys croak up your lunch?
Well,
no,
then they're going to be broke and Poles will be gone.
No, because you know what? This happens to me every time. It happened to me yesterday when I automatically saw the mountain of the man, you know, DK Metcalf request to trade. It happens to me every time. When Roma Dunze got picked, I was so excited. I was so happy, even though I knew we need offensive linemen. I knew we needed offensive linemen. I got excited. So if Ashton Genty is there available at 10 and we get him, I'm not going to hate it. I'm not going to hate it, especially if he lives up to what he's supposed to be.
I'm not sure that he will.
Like Genty's there at 10, man. I'm trading the guy who's ever going to give me the damn most within the all the way up to pick 20 because I could still get Nolan or one of them DPs.
Oh, you're talking about whoever you think wants Ashton Genty at 10.
I said if Ashton Genty's there, like you're talking about taking him at 10.
Yeah.
I'm talking about finding a suitor that's going to pay me for him because I still would rather trade back and get Judkins or Hampton.
Right.
You could get Devin Neal possibly in the 6th round.
Dude, I like
running back class is really deep.
I'm with you.
Irv Mulligan in the 7th.
Yeah.
He happened to break all of Walter Payton's records at Jackson State. Nobody's even talking about him. Go look at him. Nobody's even said a word about Irv Mulligan. Maybe 2 guys that I've seen talk about him. Nobody even knows who he is.
Are you talking about Khalil Mullings?
Irv Mulligan. From
that's
Jackson
a lot different.
State.
Okay, give me a Mulligan. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. You misheard. I was trying to pronounce it better.
Wow.
There's even a guard on that team that's probably not going to get drafted, and he's a 4-year starter. I know the competition's less, but go look at the quality to play because I've been fortunate enough to sit down at times and just pull some film and watch it for 15 minutes.
Before he duty, I had a question for you guys because it legit he grabbed my brain and flipped it because it was weird. I didn't know what's going on. I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm so excited. It's like my cat when I do the laser thing with him. Hey, you guys probably think I'm an evil monster now because I do that. So
no, absolutely not.
So listen, there was a guy. I don't know if he's on our team or not, but you guys could help me out. I know Cliff, he was at the Hall of Fame game. That's where I met him. He stole the show against the Texans. He had like 2-3 touchdowns. Is he still on the team? 6'4" something?
Who?
Calvin or Caleb or I forgot his name. Big tall receiver.
Charles Johnson.
Yeah, Charles Johnson. Yeah. He's still on the team?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not no scout or nothing, but I like that guy. I like how he played, and I thought we were going to see a little bit more of him. Maybe Anton Randall, sees something that we see in him and brings him up. I also like that guy from Cincinnati who only had like 13 targets. What happened to that guy?
Well, the guy
Travis
Colin Johnson, I'll give you the quick skinny on him.
Yeah.
The Giants released him because he can't stay on the field, and it's been the same here thus far.
Really?
Except for when he came to the team. If you go back and you look, he's played and he's been injured. It's not no major injuries, but he's not available every week.
Dude, I'm sorry. I missed all of that. I never saw.
That was the whole reason the Giants released him.
Yeah.
Because you see what's there. We all saw it. Preseason and a couple regular season throws, we saw it. But and I'm just saying that's not even me saying it. That's just what is out there.
No, you're good. You're good. I asked about him. I don't know, and that makes sense. He's came off the radar because he's often injured. Makes perfect sense. So yeah.
When I saw him in Indy, dude, I was like, this guy could really be something because I'm sitting. It's me and Swifty, and we're standing like 20 feet away from the entire offensive line. And who's the tight end from the Packers? That guy's bigger than any of them.
Dude,
I was on the Bears. The old man.
Oh.
You're looking at Packers tight ends, you sick fucker.
The guy that was just on the Bears that we let go.
Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes Lewis is bigger than everybody else.
Wow.
He's a monster, dude.
He looks like he's 28 still, too.
But Jackson was he looked so good. And then I started reading and checking up. And then I got a buddy, Paul, who does a Giants show. And he goes, yeah, man, we love the guy too, but he can't stay healthy. So,
yeah.
And that's Entertainment Sports Box. They got a lot of shows going on over there on YouTube. Paul and Dan.
So outside of 2 receivers, we got that's a lot. Usually carry what, 7, 8,
6.
Okay.
That's why I was saying, and forget it now because Tutu Atwell freaked me out. He signed a $10 million contract.
What, 1 year, right?
1 year. But if you take Cooper Kupp out, Atwell's the highest paid receiver on the team. It's all rookies and second-year wide receivers, and they got a nice little core. That's why they're trying to get rid of Kupp's salary.
I got you.
They're going to stay real young on the wide receivers.
They were talking about the Niners right now, like they're legit trying to, field the team with receivers. They're hurting right now. There's a lot of people hurting for receivers. Maybe that's where.
Well, why would you get rid of
Debo?
Debo, if you're going to turn around and be hurting, that's.
Have you seen Debo his last 7 or 8 games?
Yeah, he's 30 pounds overweight.
He is not Debo, dude. He had one game. He had one good game in about 8 games. He's just not the same.
Carl, that stat just made me sick to my stomach.
25th best.
What, Tevin?
That he would be slated to make 70, roughly. What is it? 74 million. You talked about earlier in our text today.
It was just a comparison to his team, not his teammate, his draft mate, Sam Cosmi, same exact contract. Aaron Banks speculative to get 20 million average value. So, we're gonna have a fun show next week. That's all I'll say at that.
Ted's gonna get 12, 14 million a season because of the.
I'm gonna clip that. Thank you. I'm gonna clip that. You will see. You will see.
You'll be glad this is not an NBA show because there's some guys that legit get like 100 mil for like the Bulls got a guy right now. He got 100 mil and he's never even Patrick Williams. He's never.
Yeah. Basketball money is no joke, Brandon.
Dude, it's crazy. And you know what? Here's the numbers.
Talking about Lonzo Ball
for Patrick Williams.
Oh, Pat Williams, yeah.
So listen, here's the legit views. You guys can look this up. It's like 200 something million views for Christmas for the NFL, right? NBA was like 20 something mil. And they're the darling. They're the second best, market. But the only reason why they're even legit like in the building, like people watch them is because they're good at marketing. The NBA is great at marketing. If they weren't so good at marketing, they'd be down in the dumps too, man, because the quality is just not there.
But here's something too with the Christmas. It's like the NFL's been playing on Thanksgiving for like 70 years.
Yeah.
The NBA's been on every Christmas I can remember.
Right.
So they've had it. It's been theirs for decades. The
kind of bored
NFL's not going to be able to just come in and take viewers right away. I'm just I'm just spitballing to what it is, man. Look, let's see what happens in about 10 years. Come
No,
back
the
here in 10
NFL
years. I'm saying we might.
Maybe
might
I
see
didn't.
that change.
Maybe I didn't see it correctly, Foster. The NFL had over 200 million viewers, and the NBA only had 25 or something like that. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
I heard you wrong.
Oh, okay. So, anyways,
that doesn't surprise me. It would have surprised me if what you said was true, but then I'm going,
yeah,
this is their first Christmas they've had a game or two. Did they do it last year too? Christmas?
I thought they've done it longer, but
That's new. No, it's pretty new. I'll check.
Yeah.
Shut up, Carl.
Oh, you got a super chat. That's awesome.
Ooh, Googly Bear.
What? No super chats? What? No super chats?
Why, you took the words right out of my mouth, Googly Bear. What? Thank you for your donation to BCP, Googly Bear. We really appreciate it. Ben Johnson sure loves his running backs. Bears may draft 2 of them. PJ, what would happen in your... Would your brain blow up if that happened?
No, not as long as you do it. Like if you made a trade down in the first, acquired another second, and another third. So if you get a running back in the second or third, and then get a second one like in the 6th or 7th, I'm cool with that. Yeah, my mind, I could see that.
Maybe we can get you to scout for the Bears.
Yeah, let's do it. Have you guys heard Marcus Yarn's name come up at all?
No.
Jim said this dude's from Delaware, and he kind of reminds him of that running back Kamara. So, like same style. Marcus Yarn's like 250th. No, I forgot where's he ranked. He's like way at the end of the draft. He might even be undrafted, but he's like this dude's legit. So I'm hoping there's guys like that because you guys were talking about earlier, like how many running backs are available. I think we get some undrafted free agents too, and stack the team with that.
Well, let's not forget about our own UDFA running back, Ian Wheeler.
Oh yeah, he has speed. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think the Bears. I mean, we currently have seven draft picks. I mean, we have several positions that we need to address, and running back is one of them.
Yeah.
But if the best player on the board in the 7th round is another running back, I could see them doing it.
Right.
I mean, granted, I think we need 2 defensive tackles, but whether we do that in free agency or both in the draft, but I would highly recommend we get at least 1 in the draft, and I would prefer to get 1 in free agency. But then we need a defensive end.
Yeah.
Perhaps 2 of them. 1 in the draft, 1 in free agency. We need an offensive guard still. 2 of them. And get 1 in the draft, 1 in free agency. That's 3 draft picks right there. We need a tight end. We need a running back. We need a safety because I can't rely on Brisker, not knowing what his health history is. I can't rely on that. And Byard is in his last year of his contract, so we need to have somebody in place. We need an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
It may not be high on somebody's list, but in my list it's high because Braxton's gone next year. We don't know what we got in Armagaji. So give me another give me offensive left tackle. So we have holes. We have holes all throughout this team, and we need to get young talent as well as veteran talent. We need a mixture of the both.
You were talking about that safety need earlier, and I like that kid out of Maryland. He's like 6'2", almost 200 pounds. I really like that guy. He can play defensive back too. He's good at tracking and tackling, and he can get his hand up there. And I've really seen him knock some balls down. I was stationed on the East Coast for a while in Portsmouth, Virginia, near Norfolk and Virginia Beach and all that. So I watch a lot of like East Coast.
Which is Navy?
Still. Yeah, Navy. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you for your service, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. Thank you.
We got 204 in the chat.
Wow.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
I want to address Cocaine Bear saying Trevion Henderson, Ohio State, looking for the next Jahmyr Gibbs. He's a home run hitter with good hands. He's outstanding in pass protection, provides high receiving upside and big playability. And I agree with you 100% on that. And I would like to ask you in return, Cocaine Bear, if he doesn't land to us, but the next running back that we decide to pick, if it's Cam Scattaboo, I'd like to know what you guys in chat think about that, because the more I think about it and the more I watch tape on Cam, I think him with DeAndre Swift in a Ben Johnson offense could be something that could be that thunder and lightning, that, that 1-2 punch we were looking for. What do you guys think about that? Am I totally off on that?
You're not, but I'm looking at those positions where they're going, and I'd go back and I'd take Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma. He's the same thing. He's 226, 6'1", a bruiser. He's gonna get you 3 yards every time up the middle. I mean, we really need that, because we haven't had it since Monty left.
Monty.
I mean, that's it.
Agreed.
We don't have it.
Yeah.
We don't have. That was the downfall. Like, even when we signed Swift, I'm going, okay. I'm hoping Roshan's going to be that guy. I was even during the season, I'm sitting here going, okay, so you're going to run Swift off the gut. Sure enough, he does that. It's a 1 yard loss. I'm like, why don't you do that to start the game? If you're going to do it, run Roshan. He's bigger. He's going, I'm not saying he was going to get 3 yards, but they were doing some stuff that I'm a guy sitting on a couch going, this is the play you're going to run, and they run it. Do you think the other team didn't know? And I'm just some idiot sitting on a couch watching it. And it would happen 5 or 6 times again. You're going to run Swift again, and you're going to go to the left side in between the tackle and the guard. Yep, that's a yard loss. And it's 3 yards loss. I'm just saying, man. We don't
Swift
have
is
that
allergic
guy.
to running up the gut.
What?
Say that
Swift is
again,
allergic.
please, I beg.
Swift is allergic to running up the gut. I mean, he's
No, he's not
He's
he
not
tends to
that
want to
guy.
bounce everything out.
he's not a gut puncher.
He's not that guy.
But he's not a he doesn't have all that contact. I mean, he's good at what he does as far as running on the outside, but that's what he likes to do. I mean, there are times when I've seen him get the ball when he's supposed to go in either like the A or B gap, and he wants to take the C gap or go out wide, and that's what he does. You got to realize who you have in him, and that's who he is. So I can't rely on him to be that. I need a yard. I got to go through this A or B gap. Let me hand it to Swift. He is not the guy for that.
He needs to be playing what Herbert was doing with Monty.
Well, he was an outside zone guy, Herbert was, and I don't know how well Swift can even do that. Seems like he doesn't seem to do that. He's more of a power guy to where he needs a pulling guard in front of him and find his holes that way.
I'm not even saying exactly that,
that.
PJ. What I'm saying is he's your change of pace guy. He's not the guy that should be in there first. This is just my opinion, obviously. I
kind of look at him more as a one cut, because I feel like he wants to read and then react. So almost like, I don't know if power, I know what you're saying, but I don't know. I feel like one cut for me, but yeah, you're right. We need a big guy like a Najee Davenport or somebody like that that's just going to punch it in the red zone. You know what I mean?
I would love a Judkins as well as a
Judkins.
Henderson. Get them both.
Oh, I like Judkins a lot.
Cam
Scatteraboo.
Scatteraboo.
I like Scatteraboo. Did you guys see that jump? What was it, like 40 something? It was like he could jump over my Jeep, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. 39.5-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. This is for you to make an audio clip of, Carl. Cam Scatteraboo. Cam Scatteraboo. There you go. That's for you, buddy.
Well, I know it's getting late on track. We don't want to keep you too long, man, but thank you for joining us, man.
Oh man, you guys have been a pleasure, man. You guys have gave me the utmost hospitality, made me feel great. I appreciate you guys so much, man, for having me on, for sure. You guys are great.
You want to tell people where they can find you at?
Yeah, so I'm on Chicago Sports Podcast. I try to get on early in the morning before I head into work at the steel mill. And then at 8:00 at night, Monday through Sunday, we have shows on. And then if we have something live, guys like Darius, Dustin, you guys had on the show, Dustin. I do recommend Darius. Matter of fact, all my guys would love to be on BCP, man. They think you guys are spectacular. So if you ever have an opportunity and you know, just give them a shout out. You know, you guys had Plank on. They love you guys. They're great. So if I'm not on, they're on. So
I don't mean to interrupt you, but have them send us an email. And then we have their contact information and we can reach out to them and make a schedule to do it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea because I got an email today for the link. So yeah, I'll give them that email and then okay. Cool.
Yeah, that works.
That would be that's easy for us.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Because then we've got the information in our files and we can just say, oh dude, it's CSP month. We're gonna bring everyone on, whatever. You know what I mean?
And if you guys are ever on and you're like, dude, that dude, you know, and I'm pretty sure that guy's already wanting, you know, like I don't think there's anybody that hasn't, like, you know, everybody's. I'll give him your guys' email for sure. There's another freaking. You guys are killing it with the super chat.
$4.99 super chat from Jason.
What? No super chats?
Buy an avocado with that one.
I bet pick 10 is D lineman. You might be right. After all the offensive moves, you might be right. Yes, Allen is going to want his dude. I think you might be right about that, my friend.
Fuck Green Bay.
Am I pointing the right way this time?
No, it's that way.
You know, I think though that although I think you have a very valid point, Jason, I will say that it depends on what we actually do in free agency. If we go out in free agency and pick up like a Jonathan Allen and pick up an edge rusher that's suitable, now I'm not so sure that we would still go with that. But I don't want to interrupt tracks, man. I'm sorry, man. But
no, that was it, man. I listen to you guys all the time. I'm just a little bit closer to the fire this time, you know.
I think it just depends on who's they're available at 10, man. I think there's a list of guys. I got 3 in my mind.
Who do you guys want?
I mean, myself, I'm trading back.
I've been wanting to ask you guys all show though. Who do you guys want at edge? Because I'm really curious who you guys like at edge, and then I gotta go.
Who do I want?
Yeah, in the draft.
I would love Carter, but I think James Pierce Jr. would be nice if he could land in our lap.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Because of where I'm looking
or Shamar.
Because where I'm looking to grab an edge at, I'm looking more at like probably a Princely or something like that. Because in the first round, I'm trying to trade down and possibly pick up an left tackle in the first round and get my edge in the second.
Well, listen, Brandon, we appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us tonight. Everyone, you can go check out Brandon at Chicago Sports Podcast on YouTube. It's been a pleasure to have you join us tonight. I know it's been hard to line you up with work and stuff, so we appreciate you taking your time after work to hang out with us tonight, and glad we could line everything up, man. It's been a pleasure talking with you tonight.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thanks for your military service, and stay safe out there, Travis.
Yes. Thank you for your service, man. You be good, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. By the way, I want to remind everyone for the draft, we are doing this. This will be our 3rd annual BCP draft marathon every single night, every single day of the draft, all day, every day during the, what is it? Starts on a Thursday, right?
Yes.
So Thursday night and Friday night and Saturday?
Yeah, I guess they would call for like a bunch of cocaine, speed, coffee.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday,
all day
till evening, I think.
Saturday is the marathon. So what we're gonna do, this is gonna be the first time that we try this. We're gonna put the link to the show in the description for all 3 of the marathon events, the draft marathons. And anyone who would like to, if you're on your phone and you want to hop in with us for a minute, the link will be available to you. We'll talk about this as we get closer, but just want to let you guys know, beforehand. You can, if you're on your phone, if you're on your computer, you can just click on that link and hop in with us and just talk about the picks that we just got. If you want to come in and talk spaghetti and fish with us, you can do that too on some down moments in the draft. We're looking forward to seeing how that works, to see who takes advantage of that link.
Actually think about doing fish and spaghetti.
All 3
Absolutely.
All 3
Wait a minute.
days? You're going to do fish and spaghetti all 3 days?
Wait, you mean like fish in like spaghetti? Like spaghetti, like with sauce?
Yeah, I'll have some egg rolls, some tin ping dong, and
I want to get some of that tin pang dong there.
No, you hit the wrong one.
A glass of Zach Charbonnet.
No, I was looking for this one.
Hurry up, motherfucker.
No, wait, this one.
Spaghetti, motherfucker, spaghetti.
Yeah. Spaghetti with the sauce. You don't have spaghetti without the sauce.
Custard on your spotted dick.
Man,
Oh my god.
trying to take.
Yeah, so it'll be an exercise in hopefully fun. Put in the link in the description. We can support up to 9 people at one time during the stream. So anytime you guys want to hop in for a minute or two, we would love to have you. It'll be a lot of fun. Adam Mason joined us a lot last year. He's blown up 5 times bigger than we are now, so he might not join us at all because he'll have 18,000 people watching him on his channel. But we'll be here to hang out and talk if you want to hop in with us.
And you don't have to show your face or anything. If you don't want to be on camera, that's fine too, man. Just pop in and give us your opinion on a player or a draft pick or something you should have done or shouldn't have done. Whatever's on your mind at the time.
You have the option to make yourself look like this. You can just hang out and talk with us for a few minutes about the pick, about what you think about the Bears. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. We've had so much fun on these last 2 drafts. Just pizza and spaghetti and fish and coffee and cocaine. No cocaine. And bears and cocaine bears, hopefully.
I'm going to go buy another 100 White Crosses.
Definitely some gummies. Definitely some gummies though, right, Foster?
You want me sleeping?
Mm.
He's just going, yeah, get gummies, dude. We need you sleeping. I don't need to hear you babble through this. I'm going to be so exhausted by the end of it. All right, that's it, dude. You're gone. Hit it with your crap tonight.
Yeah, that is it. That is. You are correct, Amundo. There. This is the nomad look. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But I do digress. What was I going to say?
We all in agreement with bringing back who we brought back? I mean, Josh Blackwell, no doubt.
Oh, Josh Blackwell, yeah.
I am confirmed biggest Josh Blackwell meat writer on this ecosystem here.
Mm-hmm. I know he's happy. Damn it, what was I just going to say?
The fact that he actually admits that.
Yeah.
Proudly. Carl, you're a special kind of guy.
Yeah. He loves to ride meat. As long as it's Josh Blackwell.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever get me to see that. I'm sorry.
The Return of the King. Guest appearance, huh? You're getting Josh Blackwell on the show there, buddy?
Yes.
That'd be exciting for you, huh?
I tweeted at the Bears and Josh Blackwell like 10 times today. Like, please, just how do I get you to sign my jersey? Nothing.
Where's he from? What college did he go to?
Couldn't tell you.
Wait a minute. You his fan and you don't even know what college you went to.
For his contributions to the Bears. That's how I'm a dedicated fan of Josh Blackwell, bro.
Oh, man.
It would crush your heart if he went to Ohio State, wouldn't it?
No.
Oh,
I want the Bears to draft Trevion Henderson. I don't give a shit about that. I like the Bears more than anything. Now, Jonah Jackson went to Ohio State, a.k.a. Jonah Jagoff.
Oh, he was born in Buford T. Justice, Georgia. That's right by me.
Hey, there you go. Going on over there and get his autograph on a jersey for Carl, man. Bring it on up.
Why don't we read the on-hand screen comment here from Adam Mason?
I'm a huge Josh Blackwell meat writer, and I admit Carl is even a bigger black meat writer.
Okay, so I'm definitely clipping that.
All right, that's it. You guys are off the show, man.
Oh, man.
I will not participate in any of that, by the way.
Another first for BCP.
Where did he go to school?
Duke.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ah.
And then bringing back, I don't even know how to say his name. Ogundogbonaya.
Agbangbamiga. Say hello to our new member, by the way.
That's it. Amen.
Thank you, Plank. You made me remember what I was going to say. Thank you for gifting a membership to JD Zilla. Hope to see you in here.
The fucking game show.
I wanted to remind you guys for our members, we have recorded another pregame green room of tonight's show, which we will air tonight after we are done with this, and that'll be available for our members. And we want to thank all of you. You guys are awesome, man. You guys, I would have never thought. I mean, we've been monetized for a while, but I just never thought anyone would care about being a member. And as soon as I made it available, Plank was like, "It's about fucking time, dude." So Plank, you started
awesome.
that. Yeah.
Plank's awesome. Chad's awesome. You guys, I mean, Jay Grizz, Mason, Adam, you guys are awesome, man. Being members, man, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Seriously, it means a lot. I mean, I think back to the vision of this show before. I almost just I want to play. I thought about playing this for you guys one night, and I think I'll just do it right now. Like my first episode ever on this channel was so absolutely fucking pathetic. It's worth a laugh. Let me see if I can find it.
It was when I watched it.
Oh man, I mean, just to think that the vision that I had by myself of this, and then to have guys like you, Peach and Foster and Carl, and everyone that has come on the show with us, from actors to comedian actors to Eric Kramer and Glenn Morgan from NBC Sports Chicago hanging out with us all the time. I mean, it's crazy to think that now we have as many members as we do, and you guys just make that just very humbling. So thank all of you guys, man, really. Let's see here.
Nah, that chat's always, there's so much going on there. These guys, smart, witty, funny comments, honest takes on players. So consistent with very little assholism is ever involved in our chat. I see.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
No.
No? Okay, hold on. Okay, let me pull this.
Doing that shit to cut me off, fucker.
No, sorry. I was trying to time this because I had it go in the background. You can finish now.
I can't. I'm joking. I was joking around. I forgot what the hell I was even talking about. I had like 3 things on my head. Now I can't remember any of them. That's what she said.
All right. This is the first ever episode of Bears Country Podcast. Like, how awful is this? Let me just get through. There you go. Can you hear that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bears.
Bears Country Podcast.
I was going to say turn it off because that was the best
Hello,
part.
everyone. Look at this dork. Welcome to the premiere of Bears Country Podcast. My name is Dan Shortino. At Mr. Shorty on Twitter. What a fucking dork. At Bears _podcast _ or sorry, Bears _ Get out of here. Oh my God. To think it went from that to you guys. It's just.
So at that time, PJ and I had already been talking a lot usually on Aldo's show, one of the barroom things all the time. And I turned that on and I'm like, I'm not going to watch this fucking hick. Bears Country.
And I had that banner in the background, and I had no idea what to call it. My wife is like, "Well, I just call it Bears Country Podcast." I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea." And it took, I don't know, 15 episodes, and I had like taken that behind me and put it. But that's my Georgia place. I put it behind me in Florida, and somebody finally noticed it. Like, where'd you get that flag from? I was like, it's been behind me the entire time. Nobody's even noticed. It said, "You're in Bears country," and that's where it came from. And that's kudos to my wife. But I mean, this is awful. Please don't watch it.
_podcast on Twitter as well.
I'll give you like another 10 seconds of hilarity, but I encourage you not to watch this.
You guys just go
I have
watch
goosebumps right now because I am so excited to launch this podcast that everyone
dork. Okay, that's it. I can't even do.
Go back and watch like his first 4 or 5 shows, and you'll see Cliff and some other people, man.
Oh, you'll also see who used to be my original co-host.
Yes.
For anyone that doesn't know. Episode 3 or 4 became my co-host for a while, for anyone that doesn't know who that is. But
are you going to tell us, or are you just going to leave it?
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Come on, I'm gonna tell him. No,
I'm waiting to pull you. Go ahead.
It's Nomad. Damon. Damon, I popped over there.
I thought Cliff was your co-host.
Afterwards.
No, Cliff
Cliff came later?
No, it's later, yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It was awful.
You got definitely go watch Cliff too, man. Now. Don't go watch any of this, guys, because you're not gonna want to laugh at any of it. Go watch
Cliff's the man.
Go watch
Cliff's
it.
the man.
Go watch the first 4 or 5 shows, man.
Cliff just doesn't know how much respect, and I like that guy. That Cliff's the guy, man.
I love Cliff. Cliff, you gotta text
his
me
meals are.
I don't have your phone number to even talk about tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff going down in Florida.
His recipes are off the chain.
Oh wait,
Dude.
Facebook.
Cliff had me at his house for dinner, and he is the most gracious host and the best freaking cook and a great guy. Hung out with him many times, couple of Bears games, 2-3 Bears games. Just a great guy. That's what's made this so special is the entire community. It's the friends that have been made. It's all of you guys in chat that have become our chat friends that we love seeing you guys. It's like, however many times none of us want to do this show because we're talking about a fucking perennial loser. Then we all pop on here and we're like, we have the best time we had all week. And it's because of all you guys, every one of you.
I don't have Curtis's number, Cliff. I don't have his wife's number either. I had it briefly. I lost all my contacts 6 months ago. That's why I'm not on Twitter, and that's why I can't call anybody. But I digress. I'm having a side chat with Cliff in the chat. He's like, get my number from Curtis. I'm like, I don't have his number. I asked him to text me 3 times on this show, and he didn't hear me probably. Because he's like, you were supposed to call me, Foster. I'm like, dude, I couldn't. I had his wife's number, talked to her, and then I ran that phone over with the car. So I can't really. I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got Cliff here.
As the ball snapped, everybody on the front line, it just feels like they're there. Like, it's just the analogy I keep thinking is a pillow fight. It's dude, like, run some stunts, use some speed, something, like, do something different. Don't just stand there. It feels like immediately they're getting pushed off the ball.
Lately, that is the biggest weakness on the Bears right now, more so than the offensive line, even because they are not putting pressure on people. Like you were saying, Rodgers had one hurry or one touch or something.
His uniform was clean.
That was back when Cliff enjoyed podcasting.
Oh, here, number 7 for those
notes.
following at home and in the chat. Number 7, Claypool fumbles and goes down hurt. It scared me a little bit that he got hurt. And Packers recovered the ball. That's the first turnover. Now Justin had.
Cliff put a lot of time into it. He's like, I can't do this shit anymore, man.
Yeah, he put too much time into that, man.
He has a good voice, though, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
he has a good radio or or a podcasting voice.
I met Cliff. PJ, and I was just like, all right, I've known this guy 40 fucking years. He's just one of them guys, man.
I made friends with Cliff's friend. Dude, Curtis called me 2 days ago. He was like, oh, what do you think about this Jonah Jackson trade? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, what? How do you not know about this? You're supposed to know about all this shit. I'm like, I've been working all day, man. Give me a break.
Hey, you know what? Let me give Carl another shout out. Thanks to Carl and the text that he be sending us, I'm able to keep up with the things that's going on with the Bears because I'm swamped with work these days and I don't get a chance to catch up on the Bears as much as I used to. So thanks, Carl, for the text and letting us know the things that you're letting us know, because other than that, I'll be lost too.
Yeah, thanks, Carl. I'm just a lazy fuck, so thanks.
Cheers to you, Carl. I want to give you your flowers again, Carl. Like,
nah, he makes this stuff look real easy. We were talking about before the show, before the week that he wasn't there, how things went wrong. Like, dude, how do I even make this? What were you trying to make? And you couldn't make a poll. And then the chat, we're not keeping up with it. It's because doing 2 or 3 things at once, when you're on the show and you're trying to do that, it's not easy. That's why I like, even when I was doing the British Bears, I was like, I didn't want to be on there all the time because I'm trying to take care of things and put the show out on Facebook and put it out on YouTube and X. So, you know.
I'm sitting here typing, and now that you're done talking, I can just answer him. So, Grizz, Cliff was putting so much time into his Cliff Notes when he was doing the show with us, and it was just like, dude, you don't have to do that. He's like, oh, thank you. That'd be too much, man. I'm like, I can tell that you really put way too much into it, and it takes up a lot of your time. And I can understand why you like it. If it's too much for you, please don't feel like you need to be obligated to do this. And he's like, oh, thank God, I appreciate that. And then now, ever since then, it's like, Cliff, you want to come back on the show? Oh, no, I can't.
I'm remodeling my Lanai for 3 years.
Right. For how many years? Yeah, he did that for a while. Yeah, I like Cliff.
I'm back in my lawn. I got a meatloaf in the oven at midnight, and I'm back in my lawn. I can't do this shit. Yeah, but I mean, Cliff has been here from day one of BCP2, like a lot of you guys have. So, you guys just honestly, it's just. It's humbling, and it really is humbling. Seriously. Thank you, guys.
211 in the chat.
These guys they're funny tonight too, man. They're funny.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I'm telling you, it's a show just reading the freaking chats. I could just sit here and read the chats. If the screen was blank and I'm just looking at chats without even hearing anything, there's enough going on in there for a whole nother story, man. What Tor says, Foster with a beard and a mustache like that. You must be as lazy as fuck or something like that.
Foster, your beard design is that of a man who commits or is
half commits
as a lazy fuck. I can't tell if that's beer brought pussy stains or cigarettes. It could be a combination of both.
I have been meaning to ask you guys this ever since Trax was on the show. I was going to ask you guys about that tight end from Miami. I'm sure he's dying over there.
No, I'm laughing so hard at that. You just said tight end, and I want to laugh more. You guys got me.
My girl says the same thing. She goes, I like listening to you guys talk football because it's all sex. And I'm going, what? And she goes, yeah, tight end, under center, everything you can think of relates to sex, man.
People are drilled over and over and over and over and over and over. This is your assignment. You do this.
You like to stroke my pussy, darling?
I'm glad we're doing this after 10.
I mean, that's what has also been part of this ride in doing this, right? Is you have people come and go. Remember, oh my God,
retro TV and movies.
Retro TV and
I knew you were trying to think of that.
He was here every week consulting us. He was also super chatting us, and not that I cared, but it really meant a lot because it was humbling. I mean, I did care because it was nice that he was it was humbling that he was doing that for us, and he was one of the first to do it when we became monetized. And he's gone. We miss him. DVD, that was DVD's voice, Doug Van Dorn. Trump got elected, and he was like, "Fuck this! I'm scrubbing myself from the internet," even though he was on Swifties chat when they signed Ben Johnson.
I think he moved to Brazil. I was going to tell him he shouldn't go there though, because I think that's where all the Nazis are, anyways.
Oh my God, Minister Charles Johnson, you motherfuckers are nuts. Is that how a minister talks?
Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh no, he said Father Muckers.
Oh, you Father Muckers.
Father Muckers, he's okay. He slid in under the belt.
My what's that called? When you never mind. My brain.
I want to know why Cliff is talking to Carl about. Why Cliff is talking to Carl about older guys. Speaking of older guys, Carl.
It's uh-oh.
Code Victoria. Carl, speaking of older guys, have you heard anything from DVD? I missed it.
No, you know what?
That sounds like a love story unfolding.
Would you like to stroke my pussy, darling?
Darling?
I texted him, Cliff, and I was like, "Are you serious, man? Like, we miss you. Like, please come back." And he never responded. And then right after the Bears hired Ben Johnson, he was on Swifties chat, and I was like, "You,
Father Mucker,
you." Yeah, we miss him too. Oh man. But all you guys literally are just that you make this so much fun, and so grateful to all you. So thank all of you. Really. Thank all of you. Any parting words?
PJ?
No.
Nothing about James Daniels? Nothing? We got through a whole night with nothing about James Daniels?
I like him. I don't know. I think he would go somewhere where he's going to be the starter. I don't think he would want to come here and have to battle with Jonah Jackson to compete. But he did play center in college. That is a thought. He did play center in college.
Well, we had this talk this week, and I was like, what did I tell you? What were my exact words? Can you remember what I said to you?
Well, among many things, you did say, I can get behind that idea. Or you specifically said, boner, was it boner alert?
No, I said, PJ, you're giving me boner vision with that idea.
Boner vision. There you go.
And then I said, think about that really good before you attack me for saying the word boner vision, talking about men. Okay. What is boner vision? Boner vision is when your dick is like you are just like you're focused on the moment, right? Like that's all you can think about. Well, in the case of boner vision for signing a James Daniels, you had me like focused on it. You had me focused on it. And then we went out and traded for these guards and shit. But
right.
That could still be boner vision if you're talking about him at center. Because he was a center in college. He should have been our center. But we had to move him to guard, right? Then he became a guard. So I could almost see them. I don't know what his price tag would be because he hasn't really played center since then, right?
True. Very true.
But that could be someone that we could get at center if we can't get Dahlman. I don't know why they would let Dahlman go. I don't know what their salary cap looks like.
I don't know if Dahlman fits our system. I keep hearing people say Dahlman, but he's more of a outside zone type of center. I don't see us running a lot of outside zone with Ben Johnson as our head coach. So that will require a different type of center. I think we're going to need a more powerful center, kind of like a Creed Humphreys. Not that I'm saying get him, but I'm just saying, but a stout guy like that, as opposed to more of a move and quick center like Dolman.
I've got Adam Mason going on a wild goose chase right now, Googling boner vision.
Because he says, why is Shuri talking about people's dicks again? No, because that's what he does. That's why I left. I was just gonna wait till it was done, but Carl must have put me back on screen. Weekly, I was waiting for the mushroom bit to come in, and before you say anything, PJ, do you think that Atlanta's going to want to even get rid of Dahlman, considering the quarterback situation down there?
I don't know what their salary cap is like.
It's on the screen. It's on the screen.
They got some issues. It's right here. The great Kirk Cousins signing kind of messed them up a little bit.
Yeah.
And Dahlman is projected to get like a $15 million AAV offer. Like,
yeah.
The reports are that the Falcons are bracing to lose Dahlman, is the exact verbiage I saw.
Carl, can you pull up that center stat you had earlier? The sack rate? Where is Dahlman rank on there?
What's up, Fizz?
Really good.
Real quick.
Actually, his pass blocking is actually pretty bad.
I just see Atlanta doing what New Orleans has done. Is when you get salary cap hell, you like New Orleans has done. They've replaced that defense in like 4 seasons.
That's a very interesting name there, Scrolls. I heard that before. Zabel.
Yeah,
he might be an interesting. But if Ben Johnson says he don't necessarily want a rookie, that's why I'm not really looking at the rookies at center, because I think Ben Johnson said he wants a veteran or something.
I could see that, but I still, unless we've got a young, talented guy that's up and coming or has made a tier 2 level, upper tier 2, what kind of veteran are you going to get?
It's 14%. I know it's hard to see, but that's the pressure rate, as opposed to Jordan Love, whose center is giving up 22%. So as far as having partial blame of giving up a pressure, Dahlman's pretty good, all things considered.
That's why
Caleb Williams was at 12%, so technically Dahlman would give up a pressure on average more than the other guy, Coleman Shelton. But again, if we're talking about putting him in the best scheme, zone blocking, Dahlman's great.
You've got that stat, Carl. I'll give you this one. So they had a ranking for centers, and the higher the number, the better. And Dahlman was at like 80, and then the very next guy was at like 58. So he's, and we all know this.
What are you talking about? Like a PFF grade?
I don't know what grade it was. They had a listing for all these players, and they just had a grade number as free agents. So the higher the number, the better. And they had Dahlman at 80, and the next closest guy was like the next center in free agency was at like 58.
How do you feel? I shit on your cornflakes there, Foster. Cliff says we do not want GB's FA center. I don't even want to say that terrible team's name. You wanted Josh Myers desperately, bro.
I will still take Josh Myers.
Why? He gives up a pressure like one every 4 snaps.
Well, maybe he won't give up those pressure rates with Thuney on one side and Jonah on the other. I don't know.
I feel like the Green Bay offensive line has got a lot of talent. I don't know the actual players, but according to this statistic, it's saying that their left guard gives up 13.7% and the right guard gives up 19%. I don't know, man. Yeah.
I see Adam made the comment.
Go, Peach.
I see Adam made the comment that Coleman Shelton will be a all-pro in between the two guys that we just acquired.
Not in all.
I just think he's too light, Adam. I really believe he's too light. I mean, frankly, and I have nothing to base this upon, but my gut feeling would tell me that the guy that Scrolls recommended, Zabel, would probably be a better fit than what Coleman Shelton is.
Do you want to know what's funny, PJ? Do you know where Gray Zabel was projected to be drafted before the Senior Bowl? The Reese's.
Wasn't it like the sixth
Senior
round
Bowl?
or something like that?
Yep, end of day 3. Now we're talking about Gray Zabel being drafted in the first round because of a Senior Bowl.
Gray Zabel sounds like a name I've heard in the last 4 drafts. Why is that?
Because time is a flat circle. I don't know.
You're mixing up 100,000 names.
I'm mixing up. I'm honestly not joking. Gray Zabel seems like a name I've heard in the last 4 drafts.
I got a question for
Adam
PJ.
said Kelly's last. I heard the guy might even retire.
Gray Zabel? Yeah, he probably
No.
should. He's been drafted 5 fucking times over.
Okay, Carl.
Talking about
So,
the Colts Center, man.
PJ, I just talked to Adam Mason about this. I feel like because we traded for these guards, everyone is kind of saying, okay, now it's time to draft Genty, trade up for a running back, blah, blah, blah. I actually think it's the opposite. I feel like it's proving that the head coach is like wanting to invest in the offensive line, and I'm legitimately thinking that if the Bears really want a left tackle, I think they could go Josh Simmons at 10 and just redshirt him the whole year. Really wouldn't be surprised.
Would you do it at 10?
I wouldn't do it, no. But if they did it, I wouldn't be surprised at this point, just the way that things are trending. My question, though, is he's coming off that I thought it was an ACL. Someone told me it was a patella tendon, whatever it was, a serious knee injury that ended his college year. What's the ramifications as a big man trying to block another big man? What does that do for your knee? I feel like, because, again, hate to keep bringing up J2K, he was the one who initially started banging the drum, in my opinion, on this. He was very quick to point out how guys like George Pickens and other players who come off of a knee injury, Adrian Peterson, even though he's a very special human being as far as an athlete, not as a character. Anyway, I feel like that's apples to oranges because they're not carrying all that body weight on their knees. So I guess, again, question, what is the ramifications of that knee injury for an offensive lineman?
The question I would have, or the thought I have is, when you're carrying that weight, and then what you're trying to do is be able to steady that weight, balance that weight, and then be able to hold off more weight coming on it. And that, to me, is where the problem comes in. That is when you have this extra weight that's you're trying to hold off and push off. And how you're going to push it off? You push off from your legs. And if your knee is an issue, we saw it with Grisou. Grisou, after he came here from Oregon, he came here, he had a ACL injury. And then when he came back from injury, he had the hardest time anchoring because he could never have that strength in that knee to anchor. I think the problem becomes it's going to be harder for him to anchor once you have that injury. I mean, I'm on the Simmons train as well, but with that problem of the knee, I mean, I guess some people can respond better than others, but it's a tough one to respond to. But I definitely wouldn't expect him to give us anything at all this year. Nothing. He wouldn't give us nothing. So that's why I wouldn't do it at 10. Now we traded back to like 20, got extra draft picks. I'll be considering it, given the fact that we have the other guys. But yeah, that's that first year back. It'll be tough.
You just answered my question, Peach. Because I was just going to ask you, what if we traded them back about 20 plus got an extra picks and then drafted him? I could see doing that because he is falling on all the fake mock things. On all of them, he's dropped. And we kind of knew that was going to happen because it does every year, man. The guy's got an injury; he's not going to be able to play most of next year or all of it. Isn't that how we got Kieran? He dropped off. He dropped way down.
Yeah, I mean, if I can address what J2K is saying here, he says if it was an LCL, I'll worry about it, but on an O lineman, ACL surgeries are routine now. I agree they're more routine now, but Grisou wasn't that long ago, and he never really quite got back. Again, I don't know what type of player or weight normally Simmons is used to carrying, but that's my concern. You would probably know more than I do, J2K, about him specifically, but that's where my thought pattern is.
So I'm working on a little research project because this is a really curious topic for me and something that is going to hit close to home if we take the player. I've been looking up any sort of offensive lineman, specifically a tackle that has had a knee injury, and how their career fared before the knee injury and after. The one name that immediately stood out to me was David Bakhtiari, left tackle, one knee injury in practice. It ended his career.
Yeah,
he had to get 5 operations on the left knee, the same knee that whatever knee it was. The same knee, 5 operations. It ruined his career. Before that, perennial All-Pro. So I'd be worried about that injury.
And for the rest of his life, he's going to have a problem.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yeah. So it's something that you can't just take lightly and say, oh, it's a routine thing. I disagree. But these combine medicals, they are the best medicals you'll ever have in your entire career. They just found out that the Abdul Carter had some sort of stress fracture or something like that. And he's like, I didn't even know I had it. So they'll figure out whatever it is, and they'll have every bit of information, man. So if they come back, the injury's clean, and they say that they want to take him, I don't care if it's at 10. They need a left tackle in 2026. So.
Plank, thank you for joining us tonight.
Appreciate
Much
you,
love and appreciation to our first member ever on BCP. We love you, my friend.
Sorry. I'm reading what J2K said. It says not an option. But yeah, Plank, thank you, man, for joining us, man. Have a good night. Appreciate you, brother.
Have a good night, my friend. And a good day tomorrow at work.
Take it easy, Plank.
Plankster.
But yeah, I mean, he's J2K saying it's not an option or opinion.
It's not an opinion.
Sure.
Yeah, J2K, if you could clarify that, because I don't know what you're saying, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not an opium. It's not an opium. What it says.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's concerning because again, I'm in the boat of more draft picks, the better. Trade down, get some more guys, and then trading down. I was looking at Simmons, but if Simmons, I mean, if I don't know what that need really be like. I'm curious as well if we can get some examples of guys who played left tackle and came back from ACL injury at left tackle and still played at a high level.
Well, I'll try and get my little research project done on Saturday. If you guys are so inclined to do so, drop names in the chat or send me a direct message on Twitter. Just say, hey, I remember this guy got a knee injury, and I'll take it from there.
Braxton Jones, his biggest, addressing Adam here, Braxton Jones, he's always been light in the butt for me, always. And I don't know if you can ever recover from that. You just light in the butt. I mean, he has a big upper body, but his legs are just small. It's hard for it. It will always, I shouldn't say always. The chances are it will always be a problem for him to anchor with small legs. He has small legs. It's hard to anchor.
This is going to be Braxton Jones's 4th year, right, PJ?
Yeah.
I think we know what we have. I think,
and we still having the same problem.
Yeah.
Scrolls is saying we have the next 10 years to get more guys. This may be our last top 10 pick for the next 10 years.
And we said that last year.
Who is it at top? Who is it at 10?
Now the hope is settling in, Scrolls.
So my question for Scrolls is, who is it at 10 that is so much better than any 2 players that we can get that Mason you're trying Graham. To get at 10?
At like 21 and 37 or something, 42.
Whatever it may be, whether it's 20, and if you get 20 and a 40, 45, or 20 and a 50th pick, you get 2 guys. I mean, to me, Genty's nice. I'm not going to take anything from Genty. However, if this is the deepest running back class that they have seen in years, can you not get a guy who's almost equal to Genty? Maybe he's not on Genty's level. Maybe Genty's an A. You get a guy who's a B, but you can also, then at 50, you can get a guy who's a B at another position. Is that not
Caleb Johnson at 50?
I think that Genty's speed looks dramatically slower in the NFL for some reason. I just feel that.
Is it because he has short legs, you think?
maybe that's what it is.
He didn't run the 40, did he?
He didn't run the 40, and I'm thinking that what Genty's going to do is he's going to run a 4.39x, which means it could be 4.31, it could be 4.39 at his pro day, and it'll be unofficial.
Yeah.
They'll leak that, and he's going to get drafted 6th by the Raiders.
Yep.
They'll just fall in love with that.
Yep.
I don't see them doing that with Chip Kelly.
Right. Yeah, because in my opinion, what Chip Kelly will say is, I'm not letting the Ohio State kids get past me at 37, their second-round pick. If Henderson and or Judkins are there at 37, I promise you the Raiders will draft them if they haven't already drafted a running back.
Yeah, that's right. He did come from there. I just remember that.
He just came from there. He still has that ring on his finger.
Yes.
So
yes.
I think Genty's going to be there at 10, and I just don't really want the Bears to draft him. I think the competition that he played against, if you look at some of those Boise State games, and I didn't see a lot, but I caught bits and pieces. I got family there, and they're big Boise State fans. He had some really big lanes to run in. The offensive line was pretty good. And who did they play against?
Oregon.
Okay,
he put up 250 against Oregon.
Okay. That's one.
I really enjoyed watching Ashton Genty play against UNLV. Shout out to Mr. Adam Mason, his school. He got like 150 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards in a cloud of smoke. I think that could be a very good representation of what he is in the NFL. Just a consistent guy who's going to do the best he can against really good competition. He'll have games where he'll have 200 yards, but there are obviously going to be games where he'll have less than 100. So I don't think he's generational.
Right?
Isn't Genty only 5'8"? Or am I wrong?
I can look that up. I mean, I heard someone comp him to Maurice Jones-Drew, a fast Maurice Jones-Drew. I like that comp a lot.
They always misrepresent that. I swear to God, guys, when I met Walter Payton, I was staring him almost in the eye.
Yeah, he's
And
5'8", PJ.
I'm 5'8.25", dude. I'm just saying.
I mean, we know that the height of a running back doesn't tell the whole story. We watched Tariq Cohen have a fantastic career before that terrible injury, so that doesn't mean anything to me.
Ken says, here's the opposite argument. If Genty is the top of this deep running back class, he's probably closer to being a generational talent than not.
But he's not generational.
I mean, I can see what he's saying. I mean, I can see what they're saying, but again, we're not like a 10-win team that's a couple of players away. We have so many holes.
Yeah.
And again, getting a running back at 10, I don't think that's put us over to where we go from a 5-win team to a 15-win team by adding this running back at 10. I think we can make that jump by doing other things. Like I said, trading back a little bit, getting more picks, getting a running back in the second round, perhaps. Maybe Omari. Because Carl really got me on it. Man,
I'm very proud of that, PJ. I have to tell you, I'm very proud that I was able to do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's good. But even if we pass on him, there are other running backs that we still can get. That's not going to be a great big drop off from Genty. So we can still fill other positions, and that's the thing I'm looking at. We talked about this earlier, but we have so many players that we need, so many positions we need: tight end, offensive guard, offensive tackle, defensive end, safety. We need all these players on all these positions filled, and we're not in a luxury position to draft a running back at 10.
Yeah. Shorty said something earlier. I can't remember if he was trying to spin a joke or what it was, but he said the Bears are in win now mode. I disagree. Just because we have a rookie quarterback, that does not mean we're ready to win. I think that the Bears enter win now mode the second that their head coach and quarterback pairing win a playoff game. Like what the Bears did in 2018. Well, they didn't win. They got to the playoffs, but
Shorty's win mode was this, though, Carl. We've got Caleb on the rookie contract, so we've got to win in the next 4 years. He didn't mean like this year.
Ideally.
It's but they are. That's the way it's set up, right? They really are in a win now mode.
But
hopefully they win a bunch this season, and next year they're doing something because it's too short of a window.
Look at what the Chiefs did with Mahomes. They signed him to that amazing mega deal immediately, right? Now his AAV, he's not even a top 10 paid quarterback.
Right.
So that's what you'd have to do with Caleb's. I don't know what that number is. That number is going to be terrifying. You guys were talking about it with Netflix and whoever else injecting money, this salary cap's going to go up again, right? So that's what the Bears will have to do. They'll have to. I hope it comes to this point, and the numbers are going to sound really awkward here at first, but it might be a 10-year, $800 million contract. I don't know, but the way you structure it is the key.
Yeah.
Given that, well, Kansas City didn't do that until after Patrick Holmes took them to a Super Bowl.
I think he won the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, so before we would go out and do something like that, because
that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope it gets to that point.
That, you know, we get in a situation where we give him a massive contract and he hasn't got us there yet.
Like Jacksonville, who has to cut their starting tight end and trade their starting wide receiver to their division rival for a 7th-round pick. I hear you.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. So to answer Scrolls again, what he said earlier, I'm going to catch it here. He said, we tried the thrift store running back with Roshan last year or a couple of years ago, and it's time to get a dog. I'm not saying, well, first of all, Roshan wasn't a part of a deep running back class. He was not. This class is deep. I mean, we got 12 guys run 4.4 or 4 under 4.5 or whatever it was. It was like a whole bunch of guys who ran fast. So this class is much deeper. I'm not saying wait until the 7th round, 5th round to get your running back. Get him early enough to where you still want to get one of the better ones, but you still can wait. You don't have to get one at 10.
That's
I don't think we're there yet.
It's day 2 for me is the sweet spot. Because I call them the big 5. After the big 5 running backs in no particular order, Genty, Hampton, Henderson, Judkins, Caleb Johnson, I do feel like it drops off. I want one of those guys.
You can get one of those top 5 in the 2nd round.
I wanted to say
pick 39. It's primed for it.
The first comment about it being, the dime store running back. If I pick a running back in the 3rd round, he better be fucking good. That's the problem with it.
And I think you can find a running back better than DeAndre Swift in the 3rd round, and that might not be that running back is that good. I mean,
I'm agreeing, but my point of this is that was not a bubblegum store fix. That was supposed to be something that was there. When you're taking a 3rd round pick and investing in a running back like that, that's not – you didn't draft him in the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, or the 7th. That's a 3rd round pick. What was it, 74? I don't remember the pick for him, but
who? Roshan Johnson?
Yeah,
he was the 4th round.
Oh, was he the 4th round?
Yeah, he was along the same as Tyler Scott. They were like in the hundreds.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry, man. But still, it's a 4th round pick.
I think what happened with Bears fans and Roshan Johnson was the 2nd fiddle to the great running back out of Texas. I can't think of his name right now. Help me out, chat. I can't
Robinson.
Robinson. Yeah. So, if he was on another team, the starter, the alpha, maybe he's a 2nd round pick. We got a steal. Well, no, we got a utility fullback, in my opinion. Richard Hightower, one of the first things, I made a video on this. One of the first things that Richard Hightower complimented Roshan Johnson on is his tackling ability. So I would love for him to have a carved out role on the Bears and have a meaningful career for us. But as your starting running back, no thanks.
Man, can we make could he play free safety if he can tackle good?
Hell, Jack Sanborn. Jack Sanborn's going to have a new team next year. Have him replace Jack Sanborn for all I care, man.
Oh, Jackie.
Yeah, I like Jack. I still say he's going to start for somebody next year.
Who?
I was never
Jack Sanborn will be a starter.
And I hope so. A lot of Bears fans say, "Oh, I love Jack Sanborn. I love Jack Sanborn." I'm happy he's getting his opportunity. I love the guy too.
I was never a Jack Sanborn fan, but in this system, I think he would have fit better than what Edmonds fit. I think he would fit better.
I said it the other day, man. I was going, man, I'd love to see Edwards and Roshan. I mean, Edwards and Sanborn playing together for 2 quarters of every game, of a game, just to see what he'd be doing at the mic. Because everybody's like, he can't cover the pass, he can't do that. And I'm going, I sure remember watching when Roquan Smith left. I sure remember watching everything that Sanborn did. And they had no idea what was going to happen with them because that That draft, I did about 300 mocks, and I think Sanborn was in like 270 of them that I did. Kid you not. 6th, 7th rounder.
270 mocks?
I did like over 300, dude, and he was probably in 270 of those 300s. I had him in like every mock. I would just take him. I was taking him in the 5th, and then he started falling, so I would always just take him with the last 7-round pick because I was like, when it's like Monty, when you see a guy and you go, oh, that guy's going to be in the NFL, he's going to make it, and you're not right every time, but that was like one of my guys that I said that about. I said the same thing about Roshan coming out. I'm like, dude, the dude's going to be a 3-down back. He should be a 3-down back. I think he can be a 3-down back. Hasn't shown it. Shown the opposite to me. He's shown that he can't be a 3-down back.
With the mock that Cocaine Bear just put up there and the way he would want to do things, I don't see the Bears getting 2 running backs that quick together with a 5th rounder and a 3rd or a 2nd rounder.
That could be reminiscent of what the Lions did, right? The Lions first acquired Jahmyr Gibbs via the draft, and then the next day traded Swift away. You could trade Swift away for pennies on the dollar, but I don't know if you're going to get good value for him at that point.
Yeah.
Well, so Foster, are you telling me that you just like lock yourself in your coffin for like an entire 2 fucking days with your phone in the dark, just doing mock drafts? Like, how do you get 300 of them done? And what's the time frame on this?
I don't have a time frame. I'll lay in bed and then I can go to sleep. I used to do it. I'd start the day after Christmas. I've even got a bunch of mocks that I would never have, and the only reason I have is because I sent them to Aldo, so they're still in our chat because I thought I lost every one of them on that phone. But you can do 8 or 10 at night if you're laying in your bed, just going through stuff before you go to sleep in 15, 20 minutes.
The life of a single man.
If you're laying in your what?
If I'm laying there getting head, I can do 10 or 20 mocks in 30 minutes.
How does that help you stain your muscle?
I guarantee you, if you get that, you're not doing no 10, 20 of them.
Well, I didn't, PJ, I didn't say they were good mocks.
I guarantee you're not kidding. You're not doing 10 or 20 of them. I guarantee it. You'll be having the Bears drafting a punter in the 1st round.
Dude, I was doing a mock today, and it was like the best one I ever did for the Bears. And I'm going, oh my God, I can't wait to show you this, guys. And then I went to slide something down, and it disappeared. And I was like, motherfucker. It was like my draft of all drafts of all time. I couldn't believe the guys I was like filling every need on the team. I had like 12 picks, and I got everybody we needed almost. Terrible. I was going, oh my God, I wish I would have taken a picture of that something, because I was just like, I can't believe he's there. I can't believe he's there. This ain't happening. I just got everybody, Omer. I got everything that we needed in the draft, and such quality. I'm like, these guys shouldn't be falling.
We had a great mock last night on Bare Their Souls. I was pretty proud of it.
Very true, Samo. Sorry, Peach.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that. It's nice to see Dan Aguirre back out in the field.
I hope so. I'm a big Roshan fan, Samo.
I would like to see you start just putting a notch on the inside of your coffin lid every time you do a draft, just so there's proof of it next time I see you at your house.
So last night in the mock, what we had was we traded down twice and ended up getting Simmons in the 1st round. In the 2nd round,
that's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
In the 2nd round, we did Carlos solid and picked up Graham. No, was it Graham? Not Grayson. Graham, the other one. Mason, is that his name?
In the 2nd round?
In the 2nd round.
Surely would have been Kenneth Grant.
Okay, yeah. Grant. I'm sorry, Grant. We got Grant in the 2nd round, and we also we also got picked up the safety from Notre Dame.
Seems solid. In the 2nd round?
In the 2nd round.
It's a bit too rich for me, but okay.
And then we end up picking up Hampton in the 2nd round because of the trade down. So
wait, so we can have a Murray and a Hampton?
No.
Then in the 3rd round, we were able to get Taylor's son, what's his name? Mason Taylor?
Not to be confused with his aunt Joy Taylor. It's Mason Taylor.
No comparison at all.
No, they're related.
No comparison though.
Yeah, one's got. I'm not saying that. I'm not embarrassing myself on the camera. I'm good. Shout out Aldo Gandia.
That was that Joey Taylor there. Yeah, she's special.
See, 3 hours in, PJ, this is what we're talking about, Joy Taylor.
I bring out the best of you guys at night.
You just make sure that you're just making sure that Shorty's really fucking tired every Friday morning.
Yeah,
same.
You want to make sure I am dragging my fucking ass at work all day on Friday. I know.
Here's what it is.
You won't have to pontificate that way, bro.
I'm trying to Peach. On Thursday nights when we go 3 hours, you give Shorty the ancient Chinese disease. You know what the ancient Chinese disease is?
If you say COVID, there's going to be a lot of upset people, Foster.
No, it's called dragon ass.
Jesus Lord. Do we want to review the chat polls from today?
Yes. Please do that before.
Shorty, take it away.
Adam's crashing and it's only 9 p.m. We're boring the fuck out of him.
Hey, you've been here for 3 hours, Adam. That's pretty impressive. Okay, polls got this shit.
Okay, here we go. Polls got this shit.
Results from tonight's chat polls. Do you bet responsibly? 52% of you said no.
I said no because I don't bet.
I said yes because whenever I do, actually, I should have said no because if I do bet, it's not responsible.
I'm pleading to fifth.
The second poll was, is this an English class?
I said yes.
54% of you said yes. I guess it was.
Me too, because nobody in America speaks English properly. Big word of the day.
Especially when we have Chris Watts on the show. Jeez.
Oh, bloody hell, mate.
Chris Watts visited via the GoFundMe that we set up for him to go to his first game. He was on Fox News morning show as the super fan of the week. Before he went on there, I said, Chris, now before you go on there, make sure you talk English. So I love you, Chris, because I know you're watching. I know you're listening to this. So if you've made it this far, the next poll was, what should the Bears give up in a trade for Trey Hendrickson? 45% said do not trade for him. 22% said trade a second early third. I was one of those. Not you, huh, PJ?
No, I was with the first section. Do not trade for him.
Oh, okay. 22% said swap first and second rounds plus 2026 day 3. And chat said other said 9%, sorry. Rink the trade for Jonah Jackson. 60% said it was a B.
That would be me.
28% said it was a C. I said it was a C. 7% said it was an A. 3% said it was other. That's out of 28 votes. So that's pretty good. Rank the trade for Joe Thuney, which was 87% said an A, 12% said B, and that's it. You were a B. I said it was an A.
And that poll had the most amount of votes at 40.
The reason why I call it a B is because I was I'm of the camp of it's not until next year that we give up our fourth. So here we are going into another draft already down a draft pick. And we don't know if Thuney's going to even retire or not after he get done with playing with us this year. So there's a possibility that we'll be going into next year's draft minus a fourth rounder and the player we traded for not being on the team.
Well, aren't we doing that this year? What did we give up for? Oh no, we signed him. No, Allen. Didn't we give up a fourth rounder for him?
That was last year.
Right.
We gave it up last year.
Right. We don't have it this year. And he's not
And we're
going to
not
be back
picking
with
it
the
this
team.
year. We picked it. We lost it last year.
Oh, okay.
And he was on the team.
I'm going to address that in a second, Scottish Bear. That's a good comment. Last poll is surprise cut candidates, which is speculation. This is a good one because I said in chat, because you were asking for people to put in there, Carl. I responded with Roshan Johnson, but 60% of chat said Zach Pickens, 20% said Roshan Johnson. Yeah, I picked Zach Pickens. Once I saw that in there, I was like, he's out of here.
Yeah.
15% said Tremaine Edmonds, 3% said Tyreek Stevenson. I don't think Tyreek's going anywhere. I don't think Tremaine is either. Roshan, yeah.
Yeah, Tremaine, I don't think you can cut him, and you lose too much money.
Yeah, Tremaine.
Well, you can do whatever you want, but you're right, PJ.
He can't go anywhere this year. It's like we got stuck with Nate Davis last year.
You could take it on the chin. It's just not smart.
It's not smart. They won't do it because he's more than adequate. I mean, he's adequately filling in. If he progresses, then they could say it's a win trade. But I just
Scottish. I want to pull that up again. Scottish is saying, don't get sponsorship from betting firms. I know people who have lost their lives due to gambling. Don't encourage it. You know what? You're right. After tonight, I'm done with it because they don't. It's not like they pay us. It's not like they're like, oh, say our name, you get X amount of money. No, it doesn't work that way. It only works when people actually sign up for it and use the link in the description, which nobody ever does. It's a complete waste of time. The only reason why I put it there is because it makes it look legit, like we have a sponsor, right? But we don't. It's worthless. And I don't bet. I don't encourage betting either. So thank you for saying that. Now that I know that one of our good chat friends knows someone that lost their lives from it, fuck that. BetUS is out of here.
Good.
Okay, Shorty, I got to push back. And I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to push back. Did I not say let's not do that to begin with?
PJ, the voice of reason.
You talking to me?
Yeah, Shorty. I mean, if you were going to accept that, I mean, just talk to Adam Mason about what they were offering him. To have a little bit of a Bears podcaster collusion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'd love to talk.
Adam Mason's a stand-up guy when it comes to BetUS.
The Bear Review. I heard Chase Young re-sign with New Orleans today.
That was not confirmed by an actual real source, though.
BetUS is gone. Look at that. No longer in the background. Thank you, Scottish Bear.
Make sure you change the intro then, Shorty. That'll be your job this week. Adam Mason operating out in the open. Big dog.
You got to replace that with send your credit cards to Foster.
See, Adam Mason's a stand-up guy.
No, yeah, he was talking about that. Was it this past week? He was talking about that.
Adam,
hey, respect, Adam. Respect for that.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
he's made $800 a month from Bet.
No. That's the offer that he declined.
Yes.
Oh.
He's a big dog. He's standing up to the devil.
Good for you, man.
Hell yeah.
Smart, man. You'll know when the right sponsor is ready to sponsor you and you're ready to accept it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And if it don't feel right, don't fucking do it.
Well done, Adam. The Bear Review, thanks for hopping in with us, man. PJ, the Chase Young dream starts this week. I made a lot of fun of you. For the Chase Young comments over the past couple of years.
It's okay.
But I was actually really kind of hoping that would happen this year, and it's not going to happen.
He was 5th in pressures or 6th in QB pressures this past year.
Well, that's why I was like, he could be a perfect fit with Dennis Allen.
Yes, he could.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Allen as well, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Allen, if he's for free, you don't have to give up draft capital. That's a different conversation. But like I said in text, we've seen that Commanders' collection of talent, and what did it equate to? I hear you on the back end. The back end wasn't as good, but I don't care. These guys are older now.
Still on the 30.
I'm sure he can produce, and he will produce, but I don't know. I just don't think it should be for the Bears. When it comes to the defensive line, I want the Bears to come away with one of the Michigan Big Three. And let me clear it up for you old folks.
Is it Grant? Is that who I'm talking
Grant.
about? I still want Grant.
That's the guy I want too now.
I mean, I want Grant, but I want him, after a trade down and in the second round. I mean, I want him, but I want to see a rotation at 3 technique between Javon, Dexter, and Jonathan Allen. I want those to be our rotation guys at 3 technique, and then have Billings and Grant rotating at the 1 technique. I mean, that's a perfect scenario for me as far as their interior.
I don't know about the Allen thing, but that was my thought as I was going through things yesterday. I was like, man, forget all these other guys I'm looking at. I'm sorry. Forget Nolan.
Walter Nolan?
Yeah.
He's one of the Michigan Big Three. I didn't get to finish.
I know. Oh, is he? Oh, because he played there before.
No, he never played for Michigan, but he was. He had Michigan in his top 5 when he was deciding where to go, and he's in a photo shoot in a Michigan uniform.
You talking about?
He's an honorary Michigan man.
Okay,
he's stretching that one.
I didn't.
Yeah, I know all about stretching, Pog.
I didn't read that. All I saw was him in the uniform. I'm going, and that's why I asked you. I'm like, he played at Michigan?
No.
I should have read that. I should have read the rest of that.
You are not only the biggest biggest Josh.
Good night, everyone. Take nothing.
Josh Blackwell, meat writer, comment take 2. Carl, you are not only the biggest Josh Blackwell meat writer, but you are the biggest fucking Michigan meat writer I've ever met. Like,
absolutely.
You are such a Michigan meat writer. You have like Chips Ahoy boy, who I've known since I was 15 years old, who's an Illinois fan, and you're like, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I'm like,
did you not see what I was doing today to the Naj? The Naj is a fan of the Washington Huskies, and he had the privilege of watching Jim Harbaugh dismantle his school in the 2024 or 2023 final. So,
what are you gonna do now?
Sorry, Adam.
I'm happy. I got nothing to say. You're gonna see a bunch of kids who won that undefeated 15-0 season. You're gonna see them drafted in day 1 of the draft. You're going to see Mason Graham, Colston Loveland, Kenneth Grant, in my opinion. I don't know. Oh, I'm so sorry. Will Johnson. Those 4 kids could go top 20. That was a hell of a college football team.
What actually happened? I'm seeing Richard LaFleur saying Jim Harbaugh getting rid of Bosa was idiotic. What actually happened there? Was he cut?
Yes.
Put on waivers? What happened?
Straight up cut.
Well,
he was cut. Carl, how many games did he play in the last 2 years? 4?
I don't know.
It's something
I can tell you he probably makes $2 million per game that he's played. Like, it's just insane.
Who got cut?
Joey Bosa. Nick Bosa's brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If I was him, I'd go to San Francisco and play with my brother. I don't care if I got
absolutely. And I'm sure that he's going to be getting money from the Chargers in some capacity. So he could go for a 1-year deal real cheap and then whatever.
Let me go play with my brother, because that, to me, at this point in my career, if I was him, that would mean more.
And the 49ers, they tumbled so far down. They're going to have an easy schedule. They're doing the right moves by getting rid of their obese wide receivers. Hopefully they get rid of the other guy, Ayuk, as well. He's buns. They'll be a really competitive team. And I think we have to play them. Who?
Oh, Ayuk.
Someone will get desperate, man.
I don't see them letting them go, because I don't know how much signing bonus they gave him to get from under him.
Cap's a myth.
It's his first year. That I'm sure they'll take a big hit.
Cap's a myth. Cliff, I got Keenan Allen going back to the Chargers for like $5 million.
Or the Rams.
Yeah, it'll be the West Coast.
Yeah, but he will be in California, I'm sure.
Yeah.
In 33 games, guys, Bosa played in 14. Didn't start all of them. Played in 14 games.
You should write a book. How to rob. How to steal.
There was a thing on that, Carl. Somebody posted how much he made for each game, and it was just sick.
Yeah.
because he got paid for 33 games and played in 14.
Yep.
And it's
That's why the Bears
more
need to draft an edge rusher
quarter.
too. They need to draft an edge rusher, and if the player's average, they could just trade him before they have to pay him. Got what, $25 million a year, $30 million a year?
There is a wide receiver that just hit free agency this week, Devontae Adams. He'll be a nice get for the right team. I don't know who that right team is.
Well, PJ, I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is a free agent as well. I think that they're linked at the hip.
Wherever they go, they're going to be spit shot each other's assholes.
My pontification is that they'll both end up on the Vikings.
Really?
Time is a flat circle. Favre era. Aaron Rodgers will replace Sam Darnold. And if they wanted to get really spicy, this is some really outside-the-box thinking, okay? If the Vikings wanted to recoup some assets, they could trade Justin Jefferson to the Bengals, allow those LSU kids to reunite. They get T. Higgins back, plus picks. See if you could win the Super Bowl with Rodgers and Devontae Adams in the next 2 years. Stupider stuff has happened.
I tell you what, though. I believe that Devontae probably has got to the point where he's like, I'm done with Aaron, and I'll just go with Derek.
Well, that'd be New Orleans, because I'm pretty sure they're stuck to him as well, because his cap hit's just insane, guys. Derek Carr's cap hit's like $70 million.
Yeah. So I'm with Adam Mason, where he says Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers go to the Raiders. And then my other comment, because everybody's talking, what's going to happen with Sam Darnold? I said, watch him go back to the Jets. Watch him go back to the Jets.
I hope he's not stupid enough to ruin his life and do that. And Adams would be going right back to the Raiders as well. He just got traded from there, so
that's exactly what I mean.
But the devil McDaniels is not there anymore, right? So.
Yep.
Ooh, Artur said
not like that.
He thinks Aaron Rodgers is going to Tennessee, if anywhere. Low-key climate with less media and good enough. You could maybe get Devontae Adams there too. And less media.
Tennessee tried to buy a championship roster last year. How did that plan out? They could try it again, but hopefully Tennessee's smart enough for that shenanigan.
I could see Rodgers and Adams going to the Raiders.
I agree.
I don't see Adams going back there. It wasn't like he had the best time while he was there, so I don't see him going back there.
That's right. They traded him there.
But the head coach, the offensive coordinator, it's all new. Tom Brady's there now too.
But see, if you think about the type of offense that Chip Kelly runs, I don't see him doing Aaron Rodgers fitting in that. What is it called? The
air raid.
The air. No, it wasn't the air raid. It was more
raid.
Was it the run and shoot or something like that?
Run and gun? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, he was like, I mean, because the way he runs his offense is all those motions and all that, and they just keep on going. I don't see Aaron Rodgers doing that. I think the system he has played his whole career is where he's going to go and play again, whatever system that is, West Coast or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't see him going there to try to learn that Chip Kelly offense.
I really like what O'Toole just said right here. He said, "I agree. I'm saying that's his last long shot." Yeah, and not likely. I don't think he gets a deal anywhere as a starter, and I fully agree. That's why I speculate Minnesota, because he'd go into an open competition with the rookie. Sorry, Minnesota Vikings.
And who else is on the Vikings?
Go for it. Aaron Jones?
No.
He's a free agent.
Who's the other quarterback?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, I don't think he's under contract. I might be wrong.
Wait, excuse me?
I thought it was Daniel Jones and McCarthy are the quarterbacks because
Daniel Jones went to.
Yeah,
he got signed to the active roster in the playoffs.
Darnold, Daniel Jones, and JJ McCarthy all last season.
Yeah. I'm almost certain that Daniel Jones is just a straight up free agent though.
Okay. I'd never even looked at him because I haven't heard.
Oh, he's a free agent now. Is what Adam's saying. Okay.
The Adams and Rodgers and Sam Darnold stuff is coming up every day, everywhere you look.
Yeah.
No, I'm not hearing nothing about Daniel Jones.
Thanks, O'Toole.
Yeah. For Sam Darnold, for Sam Darnold to go back to the Jets with them not having who's their offensive coordinator?
The Jets?
Yeah.
They just hired Aaron Glenn to be their head coach, so he brought in someone. I feel like he brought in someone from the Lions, but I can't remember.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if Aaron, I think Sam Darnold's going to have to stick with somebody like where he just left. He's going to have to stay along those lines, be it Minnesota, go back to San Francisco, whatever. But that's where he had his best success, and if he really cares about that, he might want to stick with that.
Well, who are the QB needy teams? You got the Titans, the Browns, the Raiders. I just had another good one. Oh, the Steelers. How does PJ?
Girl, I was just beginning to like you, man. I was really beginning to like him. You know what I'm saying? I was really beginning to like him. You didn't even want to go and pee my dog on cereal.
Oh. It's
I apologize for my actions.
Who's willing to put up with Rodgers' bullshit anyways at this point? Because he is down, you know.
I got one for you. You ready for it?
Go ahead.
Duval.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh my God. Oh,
he might try it. He might try it.
Duval.
That was just.
Can you imagine if the Browns signed Aaron Rodgers and had Kirk Cousins in that room as well? So you've got 3 quarterbacks who recently tore their Achilles. That would sure be something.
Yes,
yeah.
it would.
I could actually see Aaron Rodgers going down to Duval, though, for real.
Just to be the backup. They got Mac Jones still, pretty sure.
That's right, they do.
Yeah.
Not that he was a world beater when he played, but they traded for him, I think. I hate Mac Jones. He tried to take off Jaquan Brisker's testicles.
What about Khalil Mack? Before we wrap this up, what do you think about Khalil Mack? The rumors he wants to come back.
I would love Khalil Mack back, but I think free agency for the Bears starts with Drew Dahlman.
Yeah, $20 million for Khalil? No.
Hell no.
No.
34 years old.
That's what they're saying.
That's the drop-off, by the way. I was listening to ESPN 1000 radio, and that's where they were saying, like, 30, 32, 34. Like, that's the drop-off zone, man.
34 years old.
Yeah.
So, what did Khalil make? What did Mack make in 2025 this year for the Raiders? I'm sorry, the Chargers.
That I don't know.
I don't either.
Would he take a 50% salary cut, you think, guys?
No.
I think he wanted to be more of a third down back. Anyway.
Like 10 mil. I'm like, okay, 10 mil, because we got what's his name for 10 mil last year. If it's 10 million, you take Mac, but it ain't no 10 million.
He had a $25 million cap hit in 2024, it looks like.
Yeah, but that was because of
25.5, so call it 26. Would you guys take Khalil Mack back for $13 million?
That's a possibility.
On one for one, yeah. I think I would, man.
But
I would too. I would too.
I don't know.
Khalil Mack could help you train Landon Jackson if you get him in the second round. That'd be cool.
Are you guys high on Landon Jackson?
He's like the prototypical fit for Dennis Allen. I don't know if I'm high on him. He had a great combine.
Yeah, I'm not high on him.
I did a draft with Paul Bearski, and we got him in like pick 72. Now he's going to go second round for sure.
He gives me the vibes of Davenport.
Sure.
Davenport. I see Adams high on him, but the Bear review is, I guess, not really. So yeah, I'm not high on him.
We'll see how it falls. Like I said, my dream, the Michigan Big Three, one of them. If not two, if you could get two of them, I'll do unspeakable acts.
The biggest Michigan meat writer.
It's called loyalty.
Yeah, you are loyal.
I know all about that.
Huh?
I know all about that.
This guy wants Willie Galt back for Christ's
I'm
sake.
gonna play PJ here for a second. Carl, how did you become a Michigan fan?
So,
did you go to Michigan, Carl?
My father
Did you go to
offered
Michigan?
To go to Michigan. No, I did not go. My father didn't go either. He actually went to Western Michigan, but he was.
You're out. You're out of here then. I don't want to hear
I
it.
wanted to hear the story.
I want to hear the story. I got to hear this one.
The story.
Sounds interesting.
It's my grandfather, man. My grandfather liked him. He just liked Michigan. He lived in Michigan. It's not his whole life. He's from Germany. But I just grew up watching him. I remember watching Rose Bowl or whatever games against Texas, USC. Always got their butt kicked. But like I fell in love with Lloyd Carr. They had Chad Henne. When the Bears didn't draft Chad Henne, I cried like a baby. And I was like a teenager almost at that point. Guys like Mike Hart. I don't know, man. I just always liked Michigan.
Okay, strange question because I don't know the time frame. Were you around when, or rooting for him when Bo Schembechler was the head coach?
I was probably alive, but I don't think so. Let's see. Okay. Let's see when he stopped because I don't know. I remember that name obviously, but I don't have any first experience.
I have a like I told you guys in private chat or text messages. I'm kind of a Michigan fan. My brothers really are. When they had the running back Woolfolk, I think his name was. He was. They were big time Michigan fans.
It looks like Schembechler was a coach for, can't do math, 20 years? 1969 to 1989?
Yeah, 20 years. So you wasn't around?
Correct. I was born in 94.
All right. Yeah, because he was real big when he loved Bo Schembechler. I mean, as the head coach. So
good old Bo.
And then I'm positive Lloyd Carr replaced him, and Lloyd Carr was the head coach into the early 2000s. Then you had the dark age with Rich Rodriguez, and they lost to Appalachian State at home. That was the dark ages, man, but I'm glad I was able to finally see them win a national championship.
It took us, a lot of us, 80-something plus years to get a Cubs championship, so enjoy it.
No, this thing, I heard this thing.
Right in between both of the Cubs World Series.
Is it fair? Do you guys have 5 sports teams that you guys are like very, very high on?
Nope.
Not even
high
5?
on or loyal to?
Both.
I have one. You're looking at it. I mean, I like the Cubs when they're doing good.
I'm a Chicago guy, so I'll back them all, even the White Sox.
I'll back the Sox. My wife here is actually.
I was even overjoyed when we finally had a championship in Chicago in the 70s, and it was the Chicago Sting, our soccer team. It was the only one we had in the 70s, so we accepted that with pleasure.
Chicago Sting.
Yep.
Was it Major League Soccer?
Yes.
Can you name any names associated with that? Because there could be something crazy.
Players, you mean?
Pele wasn't a part of that, right? Because Pele was in the MLS, I thought, for a second.
No, he wasn't in North American Soccer League.
Yeah, I wasn't around. Obviously, I can't remember.
It was only around like 5 seasons, and we won one of the championships, and then it was gone.
Yeah, Pele was in the early 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
Late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
I was going to say this is after Pele. He was still playing, but in South America, and he was like in his 40s, dude. He was still kicking young guys' ass too.
The only reason I ask is because there's this thing I've heard called the Infinity Stones. Normally, it's the 5 teams from like the 5 major sports, right? I'm struggling here, so it's like football, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey. But I've got 4 out of my 5 Infinity Stones, and I'm just 30 years old. So just need the Bears to haul some ass.
Bears, Hawks, Bulls, Cubs.
No, I don't claim hockey. I don't like hockey. If I had to claim a hockey team, I'd claim the Red Wings for the same reason as my grandfather. But I'm fake based on hockey. I don't like hockey.
I'm loving it. The Hawks are on free TV every game now.
Free?
Free. Channel 62.2 with an antenna.
There you go. Yeah, they had some bullshit with that CHSN, right?
CHSN. The Sox, the Bulls, and the Hawks are all on that channel every game.
And it's all free?
It's all over. All you need is an antenna.
I had a terrible quabble regarding the White Sox. It was impossible to fucking watch them. I was paying for YouTube TV. I was paying, well, not YouTube TV, but I was paying for like ESPN Plus. And I just couldn't watch them. So fuck the White Sox.
Go get a $30 or $40 high definition antenna.
You sound like my dad. I know he loves the damn antenna. I think it's stupid, but it's the fastest way to get it, which is cool.
Well, Carl, when I was a kid, when PG and I were young.
Hey.
Okay, when I was young, in Chicago, there was like
my
five,
father was conceived.
There was like 5 channels, dude, and 2 kind of channels. I'm serious. Now in Chicagoland, with an antenna, there's over 70 channels. There's movie channels, comedy channels, just like cable, and your picture's clearer than anything else because you're not using. It's not going through any cable or satellite or internet. It's over the air and it's digital. That's how I get all the games so quick too. You know what? I don't know if you notice. If you knew this,
No, I do notice, and it's frustrating. I know.
Just go get an antenna. You live in the area, you'll get it the same way, dude.
I'm telling you,
YouTube
Shorty.
TV has a delayed response. So,
I'm telling you, PJ. How old's your How old's your dad, Carl?
Mid-60s.
Okay, thank God. If you were like 52, I was gonna be like,
He's PJ's age.
He's retired, actually.
Oh, you said your dad?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you said your granddad. I was like, oh man.
I thought he was gonna say his dad was like 52. I'm like, damn.
Hey, have you guys looked at the chat? And I'm just saying it because these guys are just started going off again. It's like I'm talking. Scrolls goes. Yeah, Foster's lying. There wasn't any electricity. Was young. And then right after that, Kez goes, hey, Foster, did you guys all have to share one payphone too?
Hey, get out of the phone booth.
Man, I'm just saying.
But you had to share a shared phone line, though, right?
The party line.
The party line, yeah.
Get off the phone. The guy down the block, there's like 2 or 3 houses where I'm on line. Get off the phone, no. that was gone before I got on the phone.
I'm telling you, man. And Foster tried to drag me into that. When me and Pete was young, well, hold on, Foster. Don't drag me, man. I was not sitting on the other side of the Red Sea when Moses came across. That was you.
Like Peach, did you guys have? Do you remember when you were a kid? So my parents' phone number was Rosemary 37471.
No, I never experienced.
You didn't do that?
Nope.
I swear to God, that's like it even said it on the phone, the dial. What's the number? RO37471. And underneath it said Rosemary is the exchange.
Wow. Yeah, I never had that.
What the fuck?
I actually still got that phone somewhere. I found it when I was cleaning my mom's house and threw it in the garage or something in a box.
No parts at all, kids.
The thing's like this big and it sits on a counter, man. It's got big rubber knobs on the bottom of it, a big bell in the middle of it. Ding ding.
Can you still understand Morse code?
Yes, absolutely.
Sounds like we should talk about Foster's high school picture.
The next time I see you, Story, you're going to be wanting to know what SOS is, how to tap out SOS. Because you're going to need help.
Dang.
All right, you fuckers. It's 3.5 hours. You got your whip, PJ.
Thank you.
We got to get out of here. I got to go to bed. Man. This guy's trying to keep me.
Hey, at least you're not taking a plane in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, stay safe, man. Have a good evening and a great weekend.
Listen, all you guys in chat, there's so many of you. It's
still 221. Appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Adam Mason, Chris Foster, Cliff Victoria, Chad Spieger, Aunt Miss, O'Toole, Keds, Samo, Scrolls,
yeah, this Samo. Samo's the man. J2K, man.
Mr. Aunt Miss.
Mr. Mayhem. Chad
Spieger. Scottish Bear.
I see Richard LaFleur in the chat.
Adam, are you laying in bed with the phone and not like your wife's not pissed or anything that you're listening to us?
His wife.
He's not at his wife's house right now.
Real Bears fan. Minister Charles Johnson.
I'm joking around,
Adam, I sat in this chair for 9 hours for work too, man. Thursdays are gonna kill me.
Dude,
all of a sudden you're starting to have sciatic issues.
I'm gonna die.
Watch out for it, Carl.
I know. Thursdays are gonna kill me.
Carl, you got hemorrhoids already because you're gonna have them soon.
I'm sure I will. I'm sure. You want to check for me, Foster?
No, thank you.
How long did you and Adam do a show tonight, Carl?
So the way it works is I start work at 8 a.m. I get yard time from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then I'm just sitting here doing podcasts from 6 p.m. till almost midnight.
Ah, jeez.
You the man, Carl.
Sure.
You are.
Thank you.
You are the man. You are committed. King Bravo Stocktone. Thanks for hanging out with us
King
tonight,
Cookie
man.
Nation wasn't there, wasn't he?
Dobsy 34.
Adam Mason replies, single father of 3, and no, this is not the night the mystery.
I played the 5th. Good job, Adam.
That's cool, Adam. I'm a single father of 3 myself.
She's not staying over, is what you're saying. She's just coming in for a visit.
Is it 300? I can't remember.
Dobsy 34, the Bear Review.
Cliff Victoria.
Cliff.
The Scroll.
Keds the Canuck. Samo J2K.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear hanging out.
Trappa Keeper.
Any to share? Cocaine Bear?
And by the way, was that a good
Fart
movie?
Man.
Because Fart Man was there?
Take it off the screen before Shorty compares that to the bloody dick pic. You know what, Adam? Adam, don't give me good ideas.
That's it. Cocaine Bear podcast.
That's what this is. It's the fucking
Well, I can take it. I could take it and spell cocaine with a K. I think that'd be brilliant.
It don't matter. We got BCP, Bears Cocaine Party.
Spell it Kokane.
Did you see PJ's eyes? Go back and
I will not be
and look at me
associated.
saying that as I'm saying it. Look at PJ's eyes. I swear to God.
I will not be associated with that.
Oh, I've scrolled all the way up to where Adam Mason said I'm crashing, and it's only 9 p.m. here. Yeah. And he's still here. So
That's why I made the joke that I made, man. I just
Frank Murdoch.
Oh man,
everybody knows.
Ked
him. He
says
talks about his
PJ
girls and he's going to the Cubs game, and he talks about everything he does, man. Adam's awesome.
PJ wants out. I think it's quite the opposite. PJ's the reason why we're still live.
Keds, if PJ wasn't here, we would have been done at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Tony Boyd. Tony Boyd.
That
is a fact. This guy told us, "Oh, you guys have been enjoying your hour and a half, 2-hour podcast, huh? Well, wait till I come back. We're going back 3 hours." And all three of us looked at each other.
It's a
even
pretty
though we
good
were in the
PJ
same room.
impression,
We were
too.
like, "Huh? Are you kidding me?" Here we
Richard
That was gonna happen.
go. Ellen Pena.
Doesn't he coach the
Can't go back
Packers?
Oh, you guys.
Wait a minute. We're gaining viewers.
Yeah, we are.
Elon's view botting us. Elon's view botting us on Twitter.
We went up another dozen, Peach.
Man.
There are, let's see, 33 people watching us right now on YouTube. The rest of that is on Twitter.
Hey,
Elon's porn bots.
you guys on Twitter, we appreciate you.
Yeah, prove me wrong. That's why I'm being provocative. Say something in the chat, man.
Yeah, all of you Russian call girls, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
What?
Call girls, Russian brides, Russian mail order brides
Shorty's projecting
from X.
I got you.
Jay Grizz hanging out with us tonight,
You're
man.
out
Good to
there,
see
you Russian call girls. Start sending your phone numbers in.
Oh, I thought you were looking for credit cards, Foster.
Well, that too.
Yeah, by the way, that is we wanted to let you guys know that is a new thing we're offering. Any one of you that would like a BCP logo stamped on your credit card, we're going to put the link in the description for you to send your credit cards to Foster. He will stamp a BCP logo on there for you and mail them back to you.
And don't worry about those
He
extra
stood up.
charges you might get.
He stood up. He's out of it.
This fucking guy stands up and leaves every time we're about to end the show.
Oh, come on. I mean, you're slandering him. You're labeling the money laundering to Foster.
No, I'm not slandering. I'm trying to help out the channel. Like anyone that wants a BCP logo on their credit card.
Yeah, financially maybe.
I was trying to grab the BCP card and show an example of it.
As Foster says with a cigarette in his hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Nodge Plank.
What do I got, Carl?
Hopefully not cancer. Fuck that shit.
One in two Americans will have cancer, so I probably got it.
Yeah, we want to
Until
thank
Trump fixes it. No, I'm just kidding.
all of you for your super chats. Jason 499, Googly Bear, $5. Aldo Gandia, $10. Plank gifted a membership to I forgot what the name was, but we appreciate
if you look at the banner, it's on there. I put it in there.
Chad Speaker with this $2 super chat. Thank you. Adam Mason with $3.75. That's a nice number. A nice number there.
It was J2D Zilla K.
Yes, thank you for.
So I don't know if that's a J2K alternate account, but
yeah. But we appreciate you playing gifting that to create a new member. That's pretty awesome. So thank you, man.
And his son subscribed to be a member to BCP last Saturday when I did a show that was simulcasted to BCP.
Fantastic. Look at you.
Plank's the man.
Oh, Plank's okay.
Yes.
Stephen Rogers hanging out with us tonight. Oh, we can go on and on. So many of you guys for the 110th million time. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You are what makes this show so fun for us and everyone in chat. Without you, there would be no show. And so thank you guys once again.
Yes.
I don't know.
You guys are talking about soccer in the chat?
Yeah, I think so.
Alexi Lalas?
I will
Carl,
say that for those of you who look at our thumbnail and see that the show was 3 hours and something minutes, when you at work on a long drive, listen to us. It makes your time go so much faster. Trust me. Good time.
Mm-hmm. Road trips.
Or you'll fall asleep on the job or behind the wheel, but whatever.
Yeah. BCP is not responsible for any legal obligations that you may encounter.
Richard LaFleur, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you enjoyed your ravioli tonight. Cliff's probably making some right now for himself. Otor, again, thank you for all your awesome football talk with us. Being a Lions fan, we love and appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does. We love seeing you in here with us, and we'd love to have you on the show with us, like I said, anytime. And, I'm going to be putting the link in the description for the drafts marathons and encourage everyone that wants to join us to use the link in the description during the draft and come in and hang out with us.
And you do not have to stay the whole show. Pop in for a few minutes if you want. Pop out, because I will be popping on Adam Mason's show, supposedly.
Allegedly.
Draft.
No, PJ, none of that. We're going to make it happen. I think that you should be on the show next Thursday.
Wait, you know what?
With Adam.
I just got to say this. Cliff Victoria is smoking pork butt on Sunday.
Better than sucking.
I'm in Florida, Cliff.
PJ.
I'm with the Scrolls, man. He's smoking a joint and baking some cookies.
Hey, I'm in Florida, Cliff. Let me know what time. I'll be there. Oh man,
Scrolls, man. If you bake that chicken, man, can you bake some chocolate chip cookies too? I'll be over.
No pork for you. All right, Soup Nazi.
All right, man, guys. Carl, you have anything going on in BCP this weekend? Anything?
There's going to be a show Saturday. I'm very much trying to put the pressure on publicly on Nick. As far as a guest, I don't know if I got one yet, but we'll see how that goes. So,
okay.
And you do your shows with Bearski on what, Tuesdays?
Yeah, that's a very much up in the air thing, though. It's the NFL ski show. It simulcasts to Bearski Film. Me and David, if there's enough NFL news, definitely on Tuesday, Monday. It's probably going to be Monday, right? Because Monday's the crazy day. So I think that we will be live for that. But
okay.
I like that show, Carl.
Yeah. You're killing it, bro.
I appreciate that.
There'll be a lot of stuff to talk about coming up here with free agency, and it'll be a lot of fun. So
Wednesday, so it's legal tampering period, right? Monday the 10th through Wednesday the 12th is legal tampering period.
Perfect time.
Wednesday at 3 p.m. is when the stuff starts to happen for sure. So this time next week, it's going to be a whole new Bears.
Mm-hmm.
One more, because these guys in the chat are killing me. Tour says, hey, I know a few heifer hunters that like to mount pork butt. Bigger the heifer, you bullies. All bodies matter.
Yeah, that's all Cliff. That's all Cliff right there.
No,
I
that's
didn't see
on
my
tour.
guy train record in our chat tonight.
Oh man, you guys, we'll see you guys next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on BCP. All of us here, we love and appreciate you guys in chat. You guys are the best. Stay tuned, set your notifications, tell all your friends, because you never know when the next show is coming out of BCP. Because we have Carl. Carl does a lot of stuff. So thank you for
And
all
give
your
us
hard work,
money
Carl.
via Cash App.
Yeah.
Hashtag this is a joke.
05062025.
Wow, talking about out in the open, today we learned how much money Adam Mason is turning down Shorty's former co-host and his domain. Well, it's all out in the open. It's all out in the open. Whose birthday? Oh, it's going to be a special birthday.
Oh yes.
No, I'm just saying when that Cash App thing, that looked like somebody's
Yeah.
birthday.
Oh, it's gonna be BCP's birthday. If you know, you know.
It's gonna be a big day.
I know. I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Guys, we'll end this shit on a 1-2 tree, as we always do, with my dorky face going a 1, a 2, a tree. Bears.
Bye.
The Bears.
Bears.